70 people once it opens. Shriners provides care to thousands of children each year. In Atlanta, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
89 degrees in Atlanta. We'll get a break from the humidity for a few days. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. New developments today in the case of accused Appalachia High School shooter Colt Gray. WSB's Sabrina Cupid reports the teen suspect is getting a new lawyer.
According to court documents, public defender Latoya Williams has filed the paperwork now to take over the case. She replaces Alfonso Kraft Jr., who had been representing Gray since last year. 15-year-old Colt Gray facing a number of charges, including multiple counts each of malice murder, felony murder, aggravated assault, and first-degree cruelty to children. 2 students and 2 teachers killed in that school shooting last September, 9 others injured.
Colt Gray does not have a trial date yet. His father's trial is scheduled for September. A jury in DeKalb County awards more than $13 million to 2 women sexually assaulted at a massage spa.
The women were intimately groped by an unlicensed masseur on back-to-back January days in 2021. Their attorney, Mowley Davis, says 4 of the $13 million are punitive damages against Ponce Feet Spa and its owner.
This was about profit over people and profit over public safety. She did whatever she needed to do to make her money.
The man was never charged in Atlanta, but was arrested a year later after assaulting someone else in a DeKalb spa. Davis says the women feel affirmed by this verdict.
They were empowered when they took the stand. They just spoke their truth, and I think it's a part of healing.
Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
Sean Diddy Combs is found guilty on 2 counts in his New York sex crimes trial, while he's acquitted on the most serious charge. He was found not guilty of racketeering and sex trafficking. Combs was convicted of prostitution-related crimes. Prosecutors are calling for Diddy to receive the maximum sentence of 20 years. A hearing later today will determine if Combs gets bail while he awaits sentencing. Brian Kohberger pleads guilty to the 2022 murders of 4 University of Idaho students.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
As part of the plea deal, Kohberger gives up his right to any legal appeals. He faces life in prison without the possibility of parole. Countdown to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution Peachtree Road Race.
We're 2 days away. I was out here at 2 o'clock this morning shutting down Peachtree Road, which some people might not like from a traffic perspective, but it's the beginning of the excitement of the week.
Atlanta Track Club CEO Rich Knaw tells Atlanta's Morning News a section of Peachtree Road in Buckhead is closed because they moved the Race Expo to Lenox Square this year. There are massive tents where runners will pick up their race numbers. It is now 3:03. The Von Hessler Doctrine begins in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. Alex Williams.
It is getting very busy out there, Bill. We got new trouble downtown, or in Midtown, 7585 northbound, travel advisory right at 17th Street. Exit number 251. They have a couple of left lanes blocked. That's just going to add to the already cooked ride back to I-20. Northside Drive, Peachtree, or some alternates there. Speaking of, like you mentioned, there preparations for the Peachtree Road Race are well underway. That means Peachtree Road already shut down in Buckhead between Lenox Road and Lenox Parkway, so be mindful of that. And going to have to sound now a traffic red alert out in Conyers. Just found this crash traffic trooper tells me about. All lanes are shut down. I-20 westbound with a rollover crash at West Avenue, exit number 80. Consider Dogwood Road or Dogwood Drive, Irish Road, or Covington Highway, some alternates to get you around that. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Partly cloudy today, high 89. Lower humidity levels for tonight, so cooling down to the upper 60s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high near 90. Pleasant conditions for Independence Day Friday, mostly sunny, morning low 70, afternoon high 91.
Right now it's 90 in Roswell, 88 in Lithia Springs, and 87 in Fayetteville. More news at 3:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
These people just make noise and basically waste our time.
Dear members of the media and the public, I welcome you.
Live from the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, and beyond, Hour 1 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. I am your lovable, huggable radio chat host, Eric Von Hessler. The other voices you hear are the Doctrinaires. Man of 1,000 voices, Tim Andrews. Lady of 184.7 characters, Autumn Fisher. The man behind the glass, George Clark. And the handsomest producer in all of producery, Jared Yamamoto.
Do you want to hear an insane statistic?
Absolutely not.
Oh, man.
All right.
That's my version of.
Okay.
We're gonna start with this is my. I'm rebelling against the yes and improvisational concept.
No but.
But I guess it's no but. But I'll give you a carve out.
Just for today, right?
What is it you want to give me some crazy piece of information?
This is a crazy stat.
A crazy stat. All right.
Because yesterday we hit.
George, are you sitting down?
Yes.
Autumn, are you ready for this?
Yes. Now I'm ready.
Keep your hand on the dog. You never know what's going to happen.
This is
The dog
insane.
will freak out.
This is insane. Yeah, the dog is going to freak out. So yesterday we hit the halfway point through the year. So as of today, July 2nd, we are officially closer to the year 2050 than the year 2000.
That is kind of a crazy
That's
stat.
insane. We're closer to
crazy.
2050.
What am I going to do now?
Oh God! I'm not ready.
I'll be 80.
I won't be here. So,
Oh, don't say that. Come on, Eric. They're going to come up with some breakthrough medication
Not for
you.
him.
Yeah, they're going to start with
Not for billionaire.
They're going to start with talk show hosts.
Yeah.
Hey, would you say I was a billionaire? I like
No,
that.
I said they will for billionaires. Not
Yeah,
for
it
you.
starts with the billionaires. They get to live forever first because we need them.
Get like a consumer grade.
Yeah. Maybe I'll get a couple extra years out of it, but Zuckerberg will get like 30 or 40 years out of it because, for heaven's sakes, if it hasn't been obvious before, it certainly is obvious now. We need them. I mean, who's going to lead us on this dystopian march toward an AI future if not for them? We need them.
I'm marching. I'm ready.
Can you imagine if we don't turn everything over to machines? How behind and backward this country will become as everybody else turns their lives over and their people over to machines? It would be embarrassing and humiliating. We need these crazy bastards to march us into our, apparently, nothing we can do about it except accept it, dystopian AI future.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. There's AI Sally right there. She's,
Thank you.
Thank you.
they start out very, very nice.
94% of Norway's cars are electric, and so as goes Norway, as goes the world.
As it should.
Yes.
I think I look at Norway and I think, man, I wish I could bring that weather over here. I can't do that, but I'm definitely going to bring the
That would be
the
nice right
system. Yeah, well, right now.
Yeah.
Don't get him going because you know what annoys
summer
me.
guy over here?
What annoys
I
me
haven't said
is when
anything.
we talk about summer heat.
I
and then
haven't said
We
anything.
can hear your thoughts.
He gets so.
I haven't said a word.
He gets so excited. He's like a MAGA mom. Like he's not going to let it go. It's like no.
tell you about summer.
It can't get hot enough.
Man,
it becomes ridiculous.
I went to the boat this morning to make sure it was ready for the 4th of July, and I
Is
am
it ready?
so excited.
You're
I'm so
like,
excited.
oh, you ready?
Yeah.
I'm like, go,
Once
ready,
again,
girl?
just like the last 15 years, you and the same friends, not noticing that you're starting to age, and maybe
This is a different group of friends.
Maybe it's spending this much time on the lake really isn't really what people of this age should be doing. But I'm sure you'll still have a lot of fun.
Wait, are you saying only young people should be on boats? 'Cause that's an
maybe,
old person thing.
maybe not.
I hate the boat.
Maybe not. I'm just talking about the weekend-long festivities. For most people, age, a few kids, things come along and kind of interrupt that sort of thing. And you can either start to notice the crow's feet in the girls' faces that you've been doing this with over the years, or you just act like it's not happening. And we're all still young. And
Or wait till you're 50, Jared. It's a breeze.
Perfect.
So, no, obviously July 4th would be an exception.
Oh, yeah.
That's-
We got a
that's
nice
that's a
Airbnb
weekend.
up on the lake.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's your 7th Airbnb of the year. It really is.
Remember, for this crew that I'm going with,
Where do you get the money from is what I want to know.
Well, number one,
are
when
you
you-
stealing from me?
when you split it up
He's
with 12
slowly
people,
siphoning off.
Yeah, there's something going on.
Yeah.
when you split it up with 12 different people, it makes a huge difference. I can assure you
too
that.
many.
Oh,
people.
and I'll tell you what, that means a whole hell of a lot of fun and no drama, especially if you mix in alcohol for an entire day.
And women.
And women.
Hey!
Well, you know what I
Right?
mean.
Men
Not
are the ones that get drunk and try and
Not
fight.
you.
No, men get drunk, they fight, they punch each other in the face, they get over it, they move on. If something breaks out between two women amongst the Airbnb crowd,
Well, I was just trying
it's
to
gonna
tell
be-
her that
yeah,
she
yeah.
threw potato salad needed salt, and she took it all personal. And I was just trying to say it, and I don't like it when
All
things
right,
don't-
Jared, we got to go.
Yeah, it's like, we're going on the boat. You guys
Somebody
figure
has
this
to stand
out.
up and go, ladies, I understand that you're ladies, and boy, do we love you. But there are men here, so we have to let you know we really don't give a damn.
There was
So,
one time
yes.
when I was with a friend, who does a good bit of drinking. She's a pro, but she does like to cry when she gets too drunk. And there was a moment where we were all talking about something, and she brought up something sad, and she was sitting there like, "Yeah, it's just really sad." And we were like, "Yeah, okay." And then she's like, It's just so sad. And I was like, okay, stop.
Yeah.
Roll those back in. And then she started laughing. I was like, don't even try it.
Yeah.
I'm not here to entertain this.
Yeah,
today.
exactly. It's like the crying girls have to understand their moment. Don't bring everybody down.
Yeah.
Listen, you're a girl and you're crying. That means it's not going to be hard for you to find another crying girl that will talk with you for hours. But know the situation. If everybody's having fun, I would have been like, it's very hard. They're like, hey, did y'all see that Indy 500 this year? Boy, that was quite a crash fest, huh?
I did it, man. When they crashed, I couldn't help it.
I miss Taylor.
I can't take it. When people start crying in front of me, I can't take it.
Is that Peyton Manning crying over
I
there?
just I miss Jim Neighbors, man. It ain't the same.
I mean, if you're if you're not at a funeral or something where crying is, but just like when you're just talking amongst friends, and I'm just thinking about
the good times.
My absentee parents. Is this really the time to bring up your absentee parents? We're all drinking and having fun.
I heard they liked boating.
Some people have this little tick, though. That I've noticed that they have a tick.
It's called I want the spotlight. That's the tick.
You're right. It probably is something along those lines where all of a sudden, like, the crew is just having a really, really good time. And thankfully, over the years, we've learned to siphon out those people away.
Don't invite as many girls.
Don't invite those kind of people that are going to be the killjoys. But once they hit that threshold, all of a sudden they're like, oh, we're having too much fun. Let's hold it back. Let's hold it back. And it's like, why are you doing that? We're having a great time. Let's go.
Oh,
Let's launch the rocket ship off. Let's go.
Who says hold it back? Are they afraid? They're afraid?
They're the ones that they can just sense that everyone's having such a great time that it needs to be held back. And I can't
Meaning they're afraid of what might happen?
I just found out my cat has cancer.
Yeah, somebody comes up with something like that. It's like,
great.
Why would you do that?
That's great, but it's a cat. It's a cat. Go buy another one.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it matters. Don't get me wrong.
You don't understand.
You have
it
a
does
shovel.
matter.
There are those people that seemingly in the world that have a great time when everyone's having a bad time, and have a bad time when everyone's having a
Yes. Yeah, they're forever just not on the same page with the universe.
They're not contrarians, but they're close.
No, they're not contrarians because that's more to do with opinion.
Sure.
I think it's just
Maybe
really
they feel
what it,
guilty for having a
fun?
good time. Yeah.
Well, then you're really screwed as a person.
Like, I know
you
there are
can't
people out
enjoy
here that are-
yourself. If you can't enjoy yourself, I coming up on the lefty side of things, even back then, I'd be like, well, okay, look, if you've decided that you're not going to be happy until every person on earth is free and happy, then you're never going to be happy. You're going to live a miserable life, and you're going to die miserable. You've made the decision. Guess what's not going to happen during your lifetime? Everybody becomes happy.
But Eric, I can't stop thinking about coastal flooding.
I remember somebody once said, what about Puerto Rico?
That was real. Okay? There were people that we were just done with it in the news cycle.
No. You just happened to read more than one article on something that day because
I
there's
read about the rescue effort still
suffering
continuing.
Suffering
It's
going
still
on
happening.
around the world on a daily basis. And just all of a sudden, I can't
don't know
remember on
about
that
those
show.
things.
I wish I remember what show it was so we can go get it. I would love
Oh,
to
it
go
was
back
great.
because I was just like going on to something else in Autumn out of nowhere. At a time, Autumn a little more interested in politics and things now than she was then. Back then, she had no interest in it whatsoever. And just out of nowhere, what about Puerto Rico?
It had to have been probably 2 months after the moment where Trump was throwing the
Here's
toilet
your paper towels.
Paper towel. That's,
I thought that was in Houston.
no, that was in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
That was Puerto Rico.
Okay, well, they enjoyed that,
Yeah,
all right? The president's throwing paper towels at you. It's a story you tell your grandchildren about.
Yeah, but the governor of Puerto Rico had that shirt on that said, "I'm a nasty woman."
Oh, that's right. Is she still there? Is she still a nasty woman?
Probably
Is she
still.
still nasty?
Well, was that something? Was that a trend I forgot for a moment where
Yes.
nasty meant empowered? And then
She's
we
a
forgot about-
nasty woman.
Oh,
Yeah, he was
that's
calling
right.
people a nasty.
He called
felon.
one person a nasty. Who was it? Was it Warren or Gillibrand, maybe?
Might have been Gillibrand. She's a nasty woman.
Well, thankfully, what we all understand about Trump is he has no nastiness to his personality.
No,
It was
no.
always pleasant.
Well, the new governor of Puerto Rico looks like Chris Farley, but Her name is Jennifer Gonzalez.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shoot.
Wow, Christina Farley. Okay. Well,
I found a listicle.
maybe she's as hilarious as he was. Gone too soon.
There's a listicle, by the way, of all of the women that Trump has called nasty. There's 10.
Okay. Hey, by the way, do you have a listicle of all the women on the left who have called Trump Hitler? When you find that, then we'll compare notes, I suppose.
There's a whole website.
Yeah, so big news. I have to say that somehow I managed, when it comes to Diddy, to be ahead of everyone else in my prediction on the air. So being very, very right, and at the same time losing a last-minute bet to Bill Crane that I made yesterday, because that was a foolish bet. I hold George Clark. Why didn't you stop me? Because I think a couple months ago, really a few months ago, I was the first one, because everybody was like, the diddler, and it's getting worse. And I was the first one that I know of who came out and started saying, I don't know, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. The prosecution is proving a lot of these things, or even trying. And then I made a prediction, I believe, about 2 weeks ago, when I said that he's going to get the lowest amount of charges possible. He's going to be found guilty of the lowest level of guilt possible. So I was, of course, as usual, your talk show host, prescient about that. But somehow, like an idiot, yesterday, with Bill Crane, I bet him $1,000 that he would walk. And I forgot that gave Bill Crane like 5 ways to win the bet, and I only had 1 way to win the bet. So
why you don't gamble.
I was right. That's right. I'm not very. Even when I'm right, I lose money. You see what happens
Shouldn't
here?
you wait till sentencing?
Technically, yeah, you should.
Because the bail hearing is after 5, and then you have sentencing later on. So
Okay, so you're saying if he does what? I believe that I win the bet if the judge says time served.
Yeah,
because he does walk.
But that's not today.
That's not today. We'll have to see. It all goes to the Carathon anyway.
Yeah,
it's
great
a matter
cause.
of I had a problem.
Pride.
It's just a matter of personal,
You just want to rub it in on poor Bill Crane,
well,
huh?
No, I don't want to rub it in, but I don't want to be as right as I've been on this case and then lose $1,000. Who the hell else? Who does that? Well, me. That's what's special. That's what's special. And I will say this to prosecutors across the land. I've saw an article today, kind of getting down on juries. The idea being, they got him on the lower stuff, but they couldn't get him on racketeering because, and one of the reasons put out there is it's just very difficult for jurors to understand what it means. And so for one thing, maybe prosecutors need to understand that it's not working unless there's a lot of cases that don't become big cases nationwide where prosecutors do win with these racketeering charges, RICO and all of that. But in the high profile cases, it doesn't seem to be winning at all. So prosecutors could maybe even say, well, we're going to stop doing it because juries don't understand it. But I think that's really downplaying something. It occurs to me that juries didn't have any trouble understanding it when it was used against the mafia. So maybe it's not about juries being dumb and not being able to understand what the RICO statute is. Maybe juries are just finding it difficult to figure out how the hell this stuff is relevant to what they're looking at in front of them. It's not the juries, it's these idiot prosecutors. And we have a lot of idiot prosecutors in this country. And it's over. What do you need to know? It doesn't work. It didn't work against Trump. It didn't work against Young Thug. It didn't work against Diddy. Find something that you know in your heart the person did. And if that's worthy of going to court, prove that. But stop, prosecutors. You're wasting taxpayer money. It's not working. Like I said, unless there's just a bevy of these cases that don't get any news coverage in the nation where this is working. But the big ones, it's not working. And it's a waste of taxpayer money. And stop blaming the juries. Because I'll repeat myself, seems to me like juries understood these statutes when they were applied to the mafia because it made sense. Doesn't make sense to, is America totally surprised by the fact that buying lots of baby oil isn't illegal? How many baby oil stories did we hear? And it was like so condemning. Like, oh my God, what a horrible person. Have you seen the receipt on baby oil? This guy wipes out CVS's in one go.
People are celebrating with baby oil outside of the Manhattan courthouse now.
As they should.
I did earlier before I came to work.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was guilt or innocence. Didn't matter.
You were celebrating nonetheless.
At least it's over.
So it's people really have to remind themselves. It's just everybody just jumped to the conclusion that he was going to jail forever. Why? Because the TV box told you that? Well, if that was true, ask yourself this question: why have a trial? If he was that guilty going in, why have a trial? Well, they have to have a trial. No, I mean, really, why is that? Why do we have to have a trial? Because quite often, guilt precedes the evidence when it comes to people. And, we can't burn witches anymore. And by the way, I'm for that.
Thanks to Rico, right?
Yeah. Thanks to these prosecutors.
No problem, man.
But it really has. It's just gotten to the point now where I just think people don't understand the world, the country they live in, what makes it special, why we have trials, why we, most people are willing to go along. What do most people think? Okay, do that. Well, that's not the country you live in. All of this, press coverage referring to him as the diddler and all that. Well, when you do that, tongue in cheek, you're telling me that as a publisher, you think this guy is guilty. Again, why are they having a trial if it's so obvious? And did it come from the prosecution that we saw the domestic violence? Who released that tape? Because they didn't put it in the charges. Everybody who saw that tape said he's guilty of domestic violence.
That got leaked to CNN. They never said who leaked it to them.
Yeah, I'll bet it was the prosecution who wanted, and prosecutions do this all the time. They try to mess with juries. They try to help themselves in the jury pool. In which case, I would say, if you woke up as a prosecutor and even had that thought, return my tax money. Return my tax money now. These prosecutors are out of control. I've fallen out of love with prosecutors ever since a couple of years ago. Remember there was that case here where the husband and wife kept a kid in a cage or something and starved the kid? And then they thought it was okay that because one turned evidence against the other, the one who turned evidence doesn't get the death penalty, but the other one. So once you start slicing up the death penalty and coming up with reasons how you can get out of the death penalty, then I find you to be sick. Because if both of these people were responsible for this kid starving to death in a cage, and you think that the answer to that is death penalty, well, common sense, Eric Von Haessler says, either both get it or both don't. It's not based on, hey, let's see if we can gin this up and get one of them out. Be honest with your case. Be willing to lose if it's not enough for the jury. But this throwing everything at the wall, I don't know, these prosecutors are elected all over the place in different places and different communities. And I don't even think anybody really thinks about it. How many bad prosecutors? I mean, I lived here. We had a horrible attorney general. For the longest, it was Paul, what's his name? The guy who did Ray Lewis.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly.
Just kept striking. It's just terrible. And then Fani comes along.
Fani Willis.
She's worse. Start prosecuting lots of people we've never heard of, below the radar. Stop trying to become the next governor based on the case that you have, and just wake up in the morning and think, this is a bad person. They beat somebody up. They killed somebody. I want justice for them. And it's cool with me if we just get justice, man. I don't need the headlines. I don't need to be governor. I don't need, like Fani Willis, to be famous. I'm gonna take down a president and be the first one. And then of course, governor, Senate, whatever I want. You know what I want as a prosecutor? When you're making decisions about cases, I want you never thinking about your future.
Paul Howard, by the way.
Paul Howard. Horrible. People just kept over and over and over. Like, there's nobody better. And Fani, it's hers until she doesn't want it. Because people are just like, well, she tried. The people who hate Trump, she tried. You forgot the rest and failed. Even if you think Trump should be in jail, she failed. And she didn't just fail, she fumbled the ball all over the place.
She almost got 70% of the vote in her re-election bid, too.
Of course, because by and large, voters are pretty...
Eric.
Stupid.
He said it.
He said it.
Well, at least she tried. Are you aware of how many people were born on the day Fani Willis is born? Lots of people are out there that can do this job. Well, at least she tried. Well, she tried. She fumbled the ball. Why did you reelect her? Well, maybe after this administration's over, maybe she'll go get Trump. Really? You reelected her for wasting all of your taxpayer. Taxpayers don't even think about it. They don't care. Well, she tried. She wasted a ton of your money.
Yeah, way more with the Young Thug case.
And Young Thug, exactly.
And never will be held accountable because she'll run for re-election again and win.
That's right. That's right. So, America always deserves its leaders, whether it's local or national. Now, look at this country right now, for heaven's sakes.
Bonnie did get herself.
What are you trying to say? Sorry, Jerry.
I'm
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say
you got
that,
the big, beautiful bill. I'm going to sign it by Friday.
Oh, yeah. What I'm saying is not just this country, but the entire world, including this country, is run by lunatics.
There you go.
Bonnie Willis.
Here's the good news, Trump. It always has been.
I like that.
As long as you get yourself in the history books, Fonnie Willis got herself in the history books by creating the longest court case in Georgia history with the Young Thug case.
Oh, yeah, and it went nowhere. It went nowhere. Oh, man, I'll tell you what, I ran to reelect her. When I saw what she did with our taxpayer money, with complete failure, I thought, well, at least she tried.
Mosquitoes bite, but Breda bites back. Dave Baker here. Nobody is better at beating mosquitoes than Breda Pest Management because, one, only Breda will come back and retreat your yard within 30 days, even after rain. That knocks down the bloodthirsty adult mosquitoes immediately. 2, Breda will bind an insect growth regulator to the mosquitoes that will make it impossible for their eggs to ever turn into adults. And 3, every Breda technician is licensed, providing knowledge and ongoing training to properly and safely treat your home from summer's worst enemy. Breda bites mosquitoes back. 1, 2, 3. Breda safely and effectively eliminates mosquitoes in your yard today and for generations of future mosquitoes. Breda, they handle bugs and critters. BREDAPest.com.
Breda. No need to be afraid of bugs.
Men, are you having problems performing in the bedroom? Do pills like Viagra and Cialis leave you feeling frustrated? Well, now there's new hope for men who suffer from PE and ED problems. Meet Dr. Katz, a specialist in men's health.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Katz with Choice Men's Health. Regardless of your age or medical condition, Choice Men's Health can safely restore your sexual potency. Our customized solutions can eliminate your problem in just one visit. There's no pain, no surgery, and it's affordable.
Guys, don't let the anxiety over your performance get you down. We can get you back in the game. Call Choice Men's Health today to find out how you can eliminate ED on the very first visit. Call 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Right now, save on USDA Choice boneless New York strip steaks. Just $10.99 a pound in the family pack with your digital coupon. Limit 5. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home. Now you can save time and make the most money and eliminate all hassles this summer. Hey, Sean Hannity, Mark Spain Real Estate can sell your home with the strongest all-cash offer in the industry and help you move on your timeline. With over 67,000 satisfied clients, you can trust the most experienced real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home fast. Go to markspain.com and start packing.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 3:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio with our top story. Sean Diddy Combs will find out later today if he'll get bond after he's cleared of the most serious charges in his federal sex crimes trial. A jury today finds him not guilty of racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking, but guilty of prostitution-related crimes. CBS's Jerika Duncan has reaction from one of the prosecution's star witnesses.
Doug Wigdor, who represents Cassie Ventura, represented her in the civil case. He said he spoke to Cassie and that she said that she was okay and that she was pleased with the results and the fact that Combs was charged with 2 federal crimes.
The teenager accused of killing 4 people and injuring 9 others at Appalachia High School in last September's shooting has a new lawyer. Colt Gray now is a public defender. No trial date is set for Gray. His father is scheduled to go on trial in September. Looking to keep President Trump's July 4th deadline, House Speaker Mike Johnson intends to put the big, beautiful bill on the floor today.
I believe we're going to deliver this, get the ball over the goal line.
Stephen Portnoy reports that's a gamble.
GOP deficit hawks in the House consider the Senate's bill too bloated, even though senators added provisions aimed at further curbing the growth of Medicaid. The Congressional Budget Office now says what the Senate passed yesterday would add $3.4 trillion to deficits over a decade. Texas Republican Keith Self says the Senate version is not an acceptable bill. At the moment, Speaker Mike Johnson is teeing up a vote that appears likely to fail.
Big news for children's health care in Atlanta. Shriners Children's is establishing a new hub for research, which will be located at Georgia Tech Science Square Labs. Dr. Mark Lalonda, Vice President for Research at Shriners, says this is a major development.
Really improved children's health care. And not only at Shriners, around the world.
The $153 million facility will employ 470 people when it opens. Each year, Shriners provides care to thousands of children. It is now 3:32, and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. It's Alex Williams.
Big mess inbound out in Conyers. If you're trying to head toward DeKalb County, Lithonia, even downtown, need you to listen up here. Crash shutting down all lanes as a traffic red alert. I-20 westbound at West Avenue, exit 80. They're working as quick as they can to clear this rollover crash, but it's jammed the ride back before. Highway 138. You can use Irish Drive or Dogwood Drive, those access roads, as your alternates there. Travel advisory in Midtown. Crash 7585 northbound up at 17th Street, exit 251. 2 left lanes are blocked there. That ride's cooked back to University Avenue. Make your way up to Northside Drive or Peachtree Street. You can use some of those as your alternates. And 85 north out of the cab in Gwinnett County, already a slow ride from 285 in Dorville up to Pleasant Hill Road in the Duluth area. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Partly cloudy today, high 89, lows tonight in the upper 60s. Not quite as humid tomorrow, mostly sunny, high near 90. And pleasant conditions on Friday, the 4th of July, morning low 70, afternoon high 91.
92 in Lilburn, it's 88 in Austell, 89 in Palmetto. More news at 4 o'clock, breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
I love my home, and now I found a company that loves it as much as I do. TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. It's Chris Chandler here. These folks have done work in my home. Boy, it didn't take long to realize I could trust their expertise, their attention to detail, and what I think you'll find, just as I did, an amazing level of service. TE Certified has more than 20,000 5-star reviews, and it's been serving Atlanta for decades.
TE Certified, we love your home.
At Shane Company, we've been engagement ring experts for almost 100 years. We have the largest selection of diamonds and gemstones in stock. You don't have to wait to compare them side by side. Find the one that speaks to you at shaneco.com or in store. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
A DUI conviction could get you fired, get your license suspended, and increase your insurance rates. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. I recommend you talk to my friend George Stein, the DUI lawyer. Go to georgestein.com.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-300.
You're putting gas in your car
car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LIKE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LIKE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LIKE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
I know you're hot, but how is summer treating your home? Dave Baker, host of the Home Fix It Show, here for AquaGuard Foundation Solutions. Have you noticed drywall cracks, stuck windows and doors, or bowed walls? AquaGuard knows that all these signs point to possible major damage in your foundation, and they will only get worse over time. But don't worry, AquaGuard will identify your issues and repair them. Simply go to aquaguard.net now and set up a free inspection. There's a reason they're the trusted local experts. Remember, AquaGuard.
You went to the Braves game last night, Jared Yamamoto?
I sure did.
Did they win or lose?
We lost, so my 4-0 streak is over. I'm 4-1 now this year.
Well, it's still pretty good.
Not bad.
Now go to the next 100.
Yeah, and you'll be able to, hopefully, if you can bring that with you.
It's because I didn't wear my Acuna.
They'll win the World Series.
If I didn't wear my Acuna jersey, if I had worn that, the outcome would have been different.
Yeah, it's all about the laundry.
100%.
And decisions that are made before you
Acuna
go.
would have
What's
seen.
he going to wear?
He had 4 strikeouts last night. The golden sombrero, as you call it in baseball. And because I wasn't wearing my jersey and he didn't see me in right field wearing his jersey.
Yeah, he didn't feel all jazzed up.
Yeah,
it's
my fault.
He didn't look at his checking account and see the other inspiration that might be there as to why he might have.
No, he was looking for me, Eric.
That's right. Yes. And you brought up something when, actually, which is true. Like, whatever happened to the torpedo bats?
Yeah.
That was just like a huge story for about 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's nowhere now. That was gigantic to start, I guess, the end of spring training going into opening day.
Yeah.
The Yankees
all of them were using it in spring training, I think, but now only a couple of them are.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been spreading across the league. Hey, George Clark, can you look up how many teams have a batter that uses the torpedo bat?
Nobody's talking about it.
They that thing came out like this is going to tear the major MLB apart.
Yeah, because they had like 2 players in the first week of the season that hit multiple home runs, and they're like, "Wow, look, this bat's cheating."
Yeah,
cheating.
And it's like,
that
get out of here.
bat's cheating.
It was developed at MIT. It's an innovation.
That's all they do is cheat over there at
That's
MIT.
true.
Are you
Well,
kidding me?
I know. They say a lot of bad things about people I like.
You should withhold money for that torpedo bat
I don't
program.
like that bad. We're going to hold money.
It says here 10 teams have a player using a torpedo.
All right, you just haven't seen them. That's all.
Yeah.
And like everyone else,
one of them?
No.
Like everyone else, you're not watching baseball on television, so you're not seeing other teams. So.
Well, you can get an occasional local home Braves game on a Friday
Can
on
you?
local TV. Yes.
Who'd they play last night?
We played the Angels.
The Angels.
You see Mike Trout? Did he bat or is he hurt?
Oh yeah, Mike Trout. Still, man, that guy he is gigantic.
Never going to
He's
have a World
huge player.
Series ring, but he'll go in the Hall of Fame.
He'll go in the Hall of Fame, and he's got more money than we'll ever see in our entire lifetimes.
I
think he's acclimated to it. He knows I'm one of the best of all time. I'm making a bunch of money, and I'm never going to see a ring, but that's okay.
Also never left the Angels like Shohei. How do you
Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei.
A Shatone.
That guy.
Ohtani, yeah.
Yeah.
He Mike Trout's never been in the postseason before either.
Right.
That's
he doesn't-
insane.
No, he's one of these. Listen, people as fans, we think that every player is about championships the way that we are, but that's not true. I heard Marcellus Wiley say this once. He's like, you think everybody in football? A lot of people are just like not going to be here long, going to make the maximum amount of money. When you go to work every day, do you think about the widget that you make being the premier widget of all time? No, you go to work because they've got a job and you get paid well. And so you really have to kind of look at athletes. There are some Tom Brady's, and I think a lot of the quarterbacks that are in the top 5 right now are very singularly focused. But they're not necessarily all athletes. Mike Trout might be like, hey, what's he making? $475 million or something?
476.
Yeah. So it's like, guess what? Yeah, we didn't get a ring again this year. But have you seen my checking account? I'm feeling like a success.
Mike Trout doesn't use a torpedo bat, but they do have players on the Angels that do.
Ah.
Okay. I did
Well,
not
you didn't
notice
see
it.
one.
Yeah.
Maybe you were just drunk. Have you ever thought about that you were just drunk?
So from my vantage
on
point,
hot dogs and beer.
I was right there at the edge of the chop house in right
Drunk.
field, So I had a couple drinks, but I mean, it's a school night. I'm not gonna get that super drunk like that.
Did you have your light on and your phone?
Well, there's nothing to cheer. We didn't score any runs last night. So they didn't even turn the lights out or anything.
Anybody on base?
Yeah, we had left a bunch of players.
Well, come on, you got to rev them up.
Yeah,
but they
play Renegade or something.
They didn't even, usually the Braves, to try to get people hyped up, they'll turn the lights down. You get the phones out. You do the lights and.
Do they have the tomahawk dancing
job.
Across the animated thing?
They do not.
They should.
That'd be nice.
Maybe that's why they're not winning.
Maybe.
There's a certain level of wokeness that has hit the tomahawk chop, right? Is that why we're using our phones?
They've simplified the chop. It used to be like
they don't give
very
out
elaborate.
They don't give out the fake
the foam.
The foam, tomahawks anymore, do they?
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, I think they're just like they have it, and they're just like, we have it, but we don't have it.
It's probably like a big storage bin.
It annoys me is Kansas City Chiefs do it all the time. Nobody cares because they're not in the South.
Yeah, they're different.
Yeah, they're in the Midwest, so it's okay.
Florida State does it too.
Yeah, I mean, but nobody seems. It's always just like, well, Georgia, they're bad. We have rock stars that come here and comment on the tomahawk chop. And then later on backstage, well, I love that Patrick Mahomes. Well, what is it? Is it just Georgia? You just don't like Georgia?
Isn't the team owned by some giant conglomerate? Maybe that's their
Liberty Media, yeah.
Save their larger image.
Are they? They're not a private equity group. They're the other thing, a hedge fund, I think. I don't know what the difference is.
They're all good though.
Oh, no, they're all good for you, me, and everyone.
Right.
We need more private equity groups and hedge funds if we want the American people to have any dignity in the future, because that's what they're about.
Hey,
they're about human dignity.
Yes.
Liberty Media has
and eviscerating the middle class.
They've revolutionized how baseball teams operate now. Now a lot of teams are buying the area and land around the stadiums.
Yeah.
So that way they can charge rent to all the different companies that come in there, and whether it's a restaurant, a bar, they have to pay back to the
great, and it's
Liberty
wonderful.
Media.
It's because you end up having some of the best $30 to $35 beers you'll ever have.
And then they
when
give
you're
all
in
the
these
money.
restaurants.
They give all the money that they got in tax relief to build the stadium there. They give that back to this community. Correct?
Of course. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think they choose people 10 years and younger, and the Liberty Media people just show up every once in a while and start handing out $100 bills.
That's
Thank
nice.
you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's important that baseball teams focus on real estate.
It is. Yeah. It is. We need to.
Yeah.
It's the most important thing, I feel like. Fan experience.
Screw tailgating. Make sure that you spend your money at these wonderful
That's
places.
what I don't like about Truist Park, though, is just it's the parking.
Yeah, park a mile and a half away and walk.
It's just everything's got to be in a garage, and it's annoying.
That's why I've embraced.
Well, you gave me that Red Lobster thing. That works.
The Red Lobster hack works. You can. There are a couple restaurants on the outside of the Battery you can park at, but I personally, since they've moved up there, I Uber 90% of the time or Lyft.
Well, there's I don't like at the end of the game when you got to wait in line for Ubers and stuff. I'm not a fan of that.
Go to a bar. Go to spend your money at a bar.
Oh, it's always the answer for you, isn't it? Just have it. Just keep drinking.
Leave in the seventh inning like a normal person.
Well, what if it's a great end of the game?
Listen to it on the radio.
I'm usually like that. I'm usually the guy who leaves. I leave Atlanta Motor Speedway or whatever it's called now, Echo Park, whatever, heaven. With usually about 30 laps left. You just drive right out. You wait till the end, and you're there for 4 hours.
Yeah, that one road.
It is on the radio. So
see, my strategy is I wait till the very end of the game because you don't know what the Braves are known for coming back, especially this particular team. So they're known for coming back, and I'll let the traffic kind of fizzle out a little bit. Go grab a drink. It doesn't have to be alcoholic.
Oh, it doesn't have to be. But can you remember the last time it wasn't?
Just get a glass of milk.
Yeah, can you remember the last time it wasn't alcoholic? Hey, you got milk?
Hey, they have a Jenny's. They have a Jenny's ice cream there too. You can get some ice cream.
Aww.
Go to Hooters and order milk.
I tell you, it's just
from the tap.
That's just what most of that crowd needs.
I'll take a chicken breast. Hold the chicken.
Last time I was at a Braves game, I was looking around at the people, and I thought, what these people need is more ice cream.
Yeah. Put it in a hat.
Well, what I don't understand is that even at the stadium last night, like I looked down and you would see the restaurants and the beer vendors, but no matter what, every time I go to Truist Park, there's always a line for Dippin' Dots. Mm-hmm. That ice cream is so overrated. It sucks. Dippin' Dots sucks.
Well, okay, I've never had it in my life.
Hot take from Jared.
It's of the future. So we don't know if it's good yet.
Well, like Back to the Future, it came out in the 80s. As far as
Understood,
I know
we're still not quite there.
But there's like a line
Isn't it just astronaut Ice cream in little dots. Is that what it is?
I guess.
Freeze-dried.
I don't know. It's so overrated, but there's always a line around the stadium trying to
Is
get
there,
Dippin'
are there
Dots.
other places to get ice cream besides the Jenny's?
I don't know.
Maybe that's the reason. is
Jenny's
it's
is in the
place.
Battery. I'm assuming the stadium has other places to get ice cream, but always
I
the
think
Dippin'
kids
Dots.
like Dippin' Dots
Yeah,
because
kids
they're
like
cool looking and they're little pellets and
Yeah.
they don't really have any taste.
My kids aren't having Dippin' Dots. They're not. I'm not waiting in that line.
Oh, what a horrible person. By the way, you don't have to wait in line. You just send their mother. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, smart.
That's,
I'll stay here and watch the series.
I'm starting to feel guilty about things like that as I get older. But when we were in the salad days of being parents, there were a lot of things where in my brain I went, "Oh, that falls under the category of things the kids do with mom." Now that I'm older, I think maybe that category got too large. But
maybe I should have gone to your wedding.
Your mother will be there.
I sent $1,000 check. What the hell?
There you go. I told her to take a couple photos. I was basically there.
I might as well have been there. Hey, FaceTime me. I'll show up and congratulate you.
By the way, Mike Trout, since you asked, 12-year, $426.5 million contract.
You know what? It's the kind of money that no matter how much of it you try to wipe the smile off your face, you just can't. So he doesn't really care. Yeah, I'm a California Angel, and I'm never going to see the postseason. And almost no one in the stands has ever made near the money I'm making. He's a happy guy.
Is your summer vacation going to be a week at the beach or a week in the backyard standing in the kiddie pool?
If you listen to 95.5 WSB, that week at the beach could be yours. It's $1,000 Thursdays on WSB.
Your chance to win $1,000 every hour between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Thursdays.
Listen for the keyword. Enter the keyword at WSBradio.com or on the WSB app within that hour.
Get all the info at WSBradio.com.
$1,000 Thursdays tomorrow.
From 95.5 WSB.
Where Atlanta wins.
You've been needing a new roof to battle the elements. If you replace your roof this month, you'll be helping battle childhood cancer too. Hi, it's Dave Baker, host of the Home Fix It Show for my friends at Finley Roofing. The roof guys. The only thing they like better than protecting your home from the elements is giving back to the community. And once again, Findlay Roofing is proud to support the WSB Care-a-thon, benefiting the Aflac Cancer and Blood Disorders Center of Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. Findlay will donate $100 from every roof replacement sold between now and July 25th. Findlay guarantees a donation of at least $10,000. With Findlay, manners matter. They treat your home like it's their own, but they don't stop there. They treat the entire community like family. When children are battling cancer, Findlay is there because we all live under one roof. The community. Get started now. Schedule your free roof analysis at FindlayRoofing.com.
This upcoming health tip is brought to you by Kroger Pharmacy. Mold, pet dander, and dust mites are the most common culprits of allergies. In most situations, the key is avoidance. So if a dust mite allergy is the problem, wash your bed sheets weekly in hot water and invest in an allergen-reducing mattress cover. Your neighborhood Kroger Pharmacy is happy to welcome back Express Scripts, Medicare D, and TRICARE Department of Defense Plan members. It's easy to transfer prescriptions at Kroger.com/pay-or-update. See your Kroger Pharmacy for details.
Is that knee, hip, or shoulder pain just not getting any better? Are you stuck in a cycle of steroid shots and now they're talking surgery? Before you go down that road, hit pause for a second. Hey, it's Mark Airman. I want to tell you about something that helped a lot of people get their lives back without more meds and without going under the knife. It's QC Kinetics, leaders in regenerative medicine, using treatments like advanced cellular therapy and platelet-rich plasma, all designed to actually help your body heal itself. No more masking the pain. This goes right to the root of the problem. Their cellular treatments contain growth factors and healing properties to maximize your own body's ability to heal itself. And this is critical. 92% of patients report satisfaction with the results. That's not just a number. It's peace of mind that you're exploring something that's truly working for people just like you. Real results that let you move easier and live better. Call QC Kinetics today, 770-285-8026. That's 8026.
When someone's AC is on the fritz, drains are clogged, or wall outlets are sparking, Castile Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical never asks, how soon do you need it fixed? You know why? Because no one in recorded history has ever said, oh, take your time, just whenever you can get to it. We just assume how fast can you get here will always be the answer. So Castile will be there same day, and we won't leave until you're 100% satisfied. See? Sometimes it's good to assume. It gets your AC fixed fast. Book today at CastileAir.com.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home. Now you can save time and make the most money and eliminate all hassles this summer. Hey, Sean Hannity, Mark Spain Real Estate can sell your home with the strongest all-cash offer in the industry and help you move on your timeline. And with their guaranteed offer, there are no showings, no open houses, and no costly repairs. One listener, Ryan, he said Mark Spain Real Estate exceeded our expectations by helping us achieve significantly over our asking price. Now, we received much more than we ever anticipated, and we cannot recommend Mark Spain Real Estate enough. With over 67,000 satisfied clients, you can trust the most experienced real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home fast. Choose when you want to move with the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate and close in as little as 21 days. Simply go to markspain.com, find out what your guaranteed offer would be. There's no obligation. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Well, our middle management friend, CC, he of the Music Factory, says that the guy who's got the most hits this year is using a torpedo bat, and CC would know because he is a deranged gambling addict.
I thought sports fan.
Deranged?
Well, I mean, he just has to bet on everything, and not a lot. He's like, it might just be $1 here or $10 there, but there's not a prop bet this guy has not considered.
Oh yeah, he can't just watch a game. He's got to put. Wait, where's the money at?
And he's a diehard Colts fan.
How does he get away with that here in this state where you're not allowed to do that?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have brought it up.
Yeah, nobody would do that in the state of Georgia.
No. Maybe he's got an old-fashioned bookie who will break his kneecaps if he doesn't pay him back.
Cal Raleigh, by the way.
I'm still surprised that this is all illegal in California as well. You can't.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, you can't. As a matter of fact, now they're trying to get rid of the fantasy because people use the fantasy stuff to bet in states. Including this
Yahoo
one.
has that option. You could do a betting, a paid-in league.
So, they're trying to get rid of more of the online gambling in California right now. So
yeah, trying to get rid of.
What's the guy's name? Cal whatever?
Cal Raleigh. And he said
what you call it?
Cal Raleigh, like Raleigh, like is in North Carolina.
Yes.
And then he just wrote me. He said the numbers balanced out between both bats and
he would know because he's gambling on this. Like how many? I'm sure he's got some sort of long-term prop bet. How many home runs will be made by torpedo bats this season, kind of thing. So he knows everything.
It wasn't as
His
incredible.
house is riding on this.
Getting ready for the home run derby.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. How many of them are going to use it in the home run derby?
That's a good question.
Now, you say you haven't heard about torpedo bats. We find out there are 10 teams that are using them, at least one player on each team using them, and that the person who has the most runs this year is using them. So the question is, how come you're not hearing about it? And what I would say is probably it's because nobody talks about Major League Baseball anymore.
It must be
really what it is.
Yeah, it's got to be because when you put it
Roger
into
Goodell
Google,
farts, and there's like 17 new YouTube things on the NFL.
Did you hear Roger Goodell's fart?
Yeah.
Can you even name the commissioner of baseball?
Oh yeah. Rob. That's
his first name.
Rob Manfred. Manfred.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you name the commissioner of the NBA?
I don't know. He looks like a ghoul.
He looks like the
Daniel Stern.
He looks like
David Stern.
That's old school.
I got it.
He looks like the president of Venus. Thank you.
A ghoul. That's where the ghouls come from.
And before he jumps in and lets you know it's Nate Silver, I want to take that crown.
It's Adam Silver. Nate Silver's the guy that does the
Nate
polling.
Silver. Oh, I screwed it up. Nate Silver is that guy who is going to be the greatest, freshest polling person who hasn't been right now in like 6 or 7 years, right? What? 538? Remember when he was like, everybody else step aside. 538's got it down. President Harris would beg to differ. So, yeah, Adam Silver. He looks like the president of Venus, but he's actually the commissioner of the
Is he a
NBA.
tall white or a gray?
He is a middle
Middle white.
Middle white. He does. The NBA, strangely enough, they have like the whitest of white commissioners. Yeah, Daniel Stern for the longest time.
Was he bald?
No.
Okay.
No, he had as I recall, a quite luxurious head of hair.
Okay.
It's been a while, but I believe that he did. Okay, so we're done with the torpedo bats. Does anybody else have any new business or old business on torpedo bats, George? Anything to say or add?
Lindsey Graham want to weigh in?
How do you feel about torpedo bats?
I like them because they're slender at the top, thick in the middle, and slender at the bottom. And they got that knob on the end of them.
They're both hot and remind you of war.
That's right. They do look like torpedoes.
That's called erotica. If something reminds you of war and it's hot, Lindsey Graham, that's what we call erotica.
I love it when they slide into third base.
But you do.
Or steal home.
Wouldn't it be great if Lindsey Graham just came out of the closet tomorrow?
That would be awesome.
But I mean, all the way, like feather boa.
Oh, yeah, big game.
Yeah, all the way, just like.
Hey, what's up? We passed the big, beautiful bill, and I'm going to go home and see bigger, beautiful Bill.
Yeah, he votes for a different bill.
I like them. Well, can't say on family radio.
I like them real thick and juicy.
Are you talking about torpedo bats? Of course you are.
Lindsey Graham's in trouble, begging for a piece of that bubble.
That would just be awesome to me. He just comes out looking like Elton John in '74.
Senate drag show time. Woo, let's do it.
It would coincide with.
Wouldn't he be happier walking around like
Yes.
this?
He would.
Drinking his life away,
Sure.
trying to pretend that he's not attracted to every good-looking man that walks by.
The headline from a week before would be Lindsey Graham does not seek re-election in South Carolina Senate bid. And then following that would be this.
I'm going to be in the new Center Square on Hollywood Square.
I'm also anti-war now.
That would be hilarious.
No, I still like
No.
war.
Yeah, listen,
Sexy war.
He had come out of the closet as a warmonger years ago, so he's not going to put that back in the closet.
Oh,
He
but
has
I
to come
do-
a little further out of the closet.
I do think only women should serve, though, so that means there'll be a lot of lonely men left over.
Oh, that sounds to me like you're letting your personal thing interrupt the national policy.
Men are so important to family.
They certainly are.
You love seeing two men fight, don't you?
I do.
Over you.
Or under me.
All right, just because you've...
No, I'm standing on a cliff looking down into it.
Yeah, okay, I get it.
I'm not being dirty. What's your problem?
I have a dirty mind.
That's
what
right.
is.
Get it
So
out
that's
of
a lie.
better. Yeah, thank you, superior being Trump.
Hey, look, as long as you can walk in at the last minute and get Trump to bomb innocent people, you still have worth and value in
Thank you.
in this country, my friend.
I love
so don't
you.
don't just go off on the reservation, spend all your time on what's it called, Fire Island or whatever. Is it Fire Island? Is that what
Yes,
it's called? Yeah,
that's
okay.
it. But I don't go up there yet.
I'm sure you've been there a few times.
Better prices, better views. Window comfort, meant just for you. Window comfort.
Imagine the relief of windows without annoying drafts or high energy bills. Window Comfort's making it easier than ever with buy two, get two free, no payments till 2026, and expert one-day installation. Go to windowcomfort.com for your no-pressure estimate today.
Better prices, better views. Window comfort, meant just for you. Window comfort.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Yeah, about 12, 13 years ago, I remember sitting in the house watching TV when I noticed that one of the walls looked different. It was a darker shade than the rest of the walls. Upon further investigation, it was soft and wet to the touch. Not having any plumbing in that area, there's only one real explanation. My roof was leaking.
Dave Baker for Finley Roofing, the roof guys.
So I needed a new roof. Like any major repair for my house, I checked out a bunch of companies. Only one company passed all my criteria, though, Finley Roofing. The roof guys. Finley Roofing was the perfect match when it came to getting a new roof. Turned out they really are the extra effort experts. They treated my home like it was their own, tearing off the old shingles, installing new ones. They were neat and cleaned everything up, and I didn't pay anything until the job was complete. Right now, Finley is offering upfront pricing, 0% financing, and a free roof analysis. When it comes to roofing issues, think of Finley first. See them on the web at finleyroofing.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 4 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Hoffman Financial Group. Our top local story, it's a developing story right now in East Point. A 3-year-old boy shot and rushed to the hospital. WSB's Steve Summers reports live from the scene with what we know so far.
Yeah, Bill, this is happening at a home on Hawthorne Way in East Point. Things much quieter right now as police investigators processing the scene inside the house where the 3-year-old boy was found unconscious with a single gunshot wound and the gun lying right next to him. Neighbor Marquita Hillman didn't hear the shot, but she did see all the commotion afterward.
A woman was outside very frantic and hysterical, just screaming and crying, and they kind of kept going back in and out of the house. Some more adults came out, another small child, and they brought the young boy out and put him in the ambulance.
There is no word yet on the condition of this young child with a gunshot wound or where it is in his body. Reporting live in East Point, Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
90 degrees in Atlanta, still warm but less humid heading into the holiday. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. The DEA intercepts a massive load of drug-hiding cucumbers on their way to Metro Atlanta. Here's a report all new at 4 o'clock.
DEA Atlanta just stopped 700 pounds of methamphetamine in packages slim enough to slip inside a file folder from making it to Gainesville. Acting Special Agent in Charge Jay Chung tells me it's not unusual for cartels to hide drugs and produce.
But in this particular case, they went the extra mile. They put in the extra effort to actually break the meth down into smaller quantities and actually attach them or glue them in the four corners of the boxes.
It's worth $4.5 million on the street. 2 men were arrested when they arrived to pick up the tractor trailer, and 30,000 cukes were trashed. At DEA Atlanta headquarters, Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
The teen accused in the Appalachia High School shooting last September has a new lawyer.
15-year-old Colt Gray is facing a number of charges, including multiple counts each of malice murder, felony murder, aggravated assault, and first-degree cruelty to children. 2 students, 2 teachers killed in that shooting last September, 9 others injured. We have learned that public defender Latoya Williams has now filed the paperwork to take over the case. She's replacing Alfonso Kraft Jr., who had been representing Gray since last year. No word on why the change was made. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
A mixed verdict today in Sean Diddy Combs' sex crime trial. He's acquitted of the most serious charges against him, racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking. He was, though, convicted of prostitution-related crimes. Former federal prosecutor Lori Levinson says this was as good of a verdict as Combs could have hoped for.
His sentencing is unlikely to be the maximum of 10 years on each count, and now he'll have to go about trying to figure out how he'll repair his position or reputation in society.
The judge will decide later today whether Combs will remain in custody while he awaits sentencing. That bond hearing is set for 1 hour from now. A big development in efforts to improve children's health care in Atlanta and around the world. Shriners Children's announces today they are opening a new hub for research right here in Atlanta.
The new $153 million research institute will be housed at Georgia Tech's Science Square Labs. Dr. Les
Wesley Stewart, chairman of the board of trustees at Shriners Children, says
it is turnkey ready.
Stewart says this is a leap forward for research in pediatric care, and Dr. Mark Lalonde, vice president of research at Shriners, says
this is the beginning of, I think, what's going to be a very strong partnership and really benefit and improve the lives of the kids we serve.
They expect to employ more than 470 people at the Institute. In Atlanta, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
A section of Peachtree Road in Buckhead is now closed with the 56th running of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution Peachtree Road Race in 2 days. Atlanta Track Club CEO Rich Kanawha says it's because they've moved the race expo to Lenox Square this year.
So we've got some giant oversized climate-controlled tents in the Lenox Square surface lot. So we're bringing 40 to 50,000 people to Buckhead over the next 2 days to pick up their race number.
The road will remain closed through Friday morning between Lenox Parkway and Lenox Road, with additional closures and detours on race morning, July 4th. It is now 4:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
And finally, some better news for those coming out of the Oxford-Covington area towards Conyers and Lithonia. They just cleared the crash. It was a red alert. All lanes are now back open. I-20 westbound at West Avenue, exit 80. It is a very slow ride, though, back toward Alman Road. Going to take a while for those delays to improve, but just hang in there. All lanes are back open, so that will definitely help things out. We also had an earlier crash, 285 southbound, the inner loop around La Vista, or North Lake Parkway, I should say. That's exit number 36 before La Vista Road. It has since cleared, but the brake lights stretch back to Beaufort Highway in Dorville, and it stays slow passing Highway 78 in Clarkston. It's already a slow afternoon through downtown, and Sydney Darden has eyes on that.
Yeah, the worst of it's going to be coming from I-85. Brake lights even before you merge on from Georgia 400 southbound. Over on I-75, you're looking at brake lights starting around exit 252 to Northside Drive. A really rough ride, making your way through Midtown to the top of the Grady curve. On the opposite side of that, I-85 northbound, brake lights filling in around exit 244 to University Avenue. Again, a really rough ride past I-20 and 2. You make your way towards 17th Street and Buckhead. That's when you'll start to see some relief. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Partly cloudy today, high 89. Lower humidity levels for tonight, so cooling down to the upper 60s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high near 90. Pleasant conditions for Independence Day Friday, mostly sunny, morning low 70, afternoon high 91.
90 in Covington and Peachtree City, 88 in Marietta. More news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 2 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. I just saw something on one of the screens out there in the newsroom, and it reminded me that yesterday, obviously, Jared Yamamoto had seen this. And I thought it was one of the most ridiculous responses to new technology I've ever... But he was coming as a soccer fan. He said, you see those robot soccer players?
In China, yeah.
Yeah. Jared goes, yeah, they weren't very good.
Yeah, they kept falling over. He's right.
Well, it's a new
Thanks, Tim.
technology. You're not supposed to look at it as, is this good soccer at this point? You're supposed to look at it as, oh, look what's happening with these. Maybe one day we will have Android-like things walking around doing things.
I figured they'd test it a little bit more before prime time like that. I mean, they looked very clumsy out
they're
there.
at 8, 9, 10-year-old level soccer, Maybe a little 6, 7, 8.
I was going to say more
maybe
like 4 or 5.
Yeah, all right, well, that's
5-year-olds.
okay. That's how you started, right? That's
True.
how the robots are going to start. I'm just saying, I don't think that the proper, if you're looking at, hey, for the first time, one team of robots is playing another team of robots in soccer, I don't think the proper response is, it wasn't a very good game.
I was expecting Messi-like content from those robots. Yeah. Messi-like play.
It was messy.
But with a Y and not an I.
But people are paying attention to that. But have you seen, they're having these horrible floods over there right now.
In China?
Yes, and they're using drones. These large drones to rescue people. They have seats on them, and people can get on them, and they fly away.
Well, that's good. That would be like a feel-good story from China, and that's not. The intelligence agencies have told the 24-hour news networks that we don't want that right now. So that's why they've never
they
told
want to humanize the people of China.
Yeah, I mean that's what that's why no one in America knows that China has a space station up there. No one knows. I tell people this. I'll watch 24-hour news 24 hours a day. I know. Well, you think that's by happenstance that you don't know that? Yeah, so we're not going to put anything out there with the, Chinese people actually helping their own people. I mean, not that they're not up to all kinds of no good. All countries are. All countries are.
And they're strict.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to live there, but hey, some people do like living there. You know what? I'm not interested in the places I don't want to live. I do want to live here. Although it's getting to the point now where, you know how these idiot celebrities, if the politics don't go their way, they're always like, I'm going to leave the United States of America. It started to occur to me that I would never do that, but maybe just go somewhere where there isn't crap happening constantly. Just like get a breath.
Go to Puerto Rico.
That would be my What about Puerto Rico?
Hey.
Montana.
That's Autumn's beat.
Yeah, what about Puerto Rico, guys? No, Eric, you can have that here. You just can't be doing this show because you have to pay attention to the news.
That's what
if
I'm
you live
realizing.
my life with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
That's what I'm
no
realizing.
props.
Focus on trivia. You could be the trivia king of Roswell.
That's right.
But if I focused on what Autumn focuses on, I'd live in a 2-bedroom apartment in Crofton, Maryland.
You could forage, though.
Well, now you have that ability.
I would have the
do it.
ability to forage.
But am I
That's
happy?
True. Well, that's a question that I ask myself quite often.
Date a guy named Joe.
Hey, I'm single. Let's go to,
Joe?
do you want to go see the 10,000 Maniacs? I'll tell Tim to stay home.
That's the thing
I
about
do
Autumn.
seem to prefer a Joe.
Yeah, she likes Joes.
like
She
a
likes
Joe.
to.
Not your average Joe.
Is everything still doing all right? I hate to ask these questions because the answer could be like, well, it's kind of went south. I put people
no,
on the
it's going
spot.
fantastic.
Well, that's good. Think he's going to pop the question anytime soon?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. That tells me you do.
I don't know.
You know what your
I mean,
answer's
we're gonna move in together.
Scandalous.
Didn't you guys become Facebook official
Is he going to
recently?
be allowed to spank your
No,
children?
we're not on Facebook.
Is he going to be allowed to discipline your children in the same home? Like you'll be out, you'll come in and he'll say, I put them to bed, and you'll be all right with that?
Well, it's a little bit different now, right? Because they're like
You're not my daddy.
11 and 9 or whatever, 8.
My daddy's a scientist who lives around the corner.
Only he could send me to bed. Then you got to call him up.
Yeah.
Have his real dad on the phone say, "No, I'm deputizing Joe. Do what you're told. Go to bed."
We all trust Joe.
All right.
Everybody trusts Joe.
There's no one named Joe you can't trust.
Do they get along with? Do they get along with Joe very well? Famously.
Yeah, really
Okay.
well. And what's also crazy
Well,
is
push hasn't come to shove yet. He hasn't had to be the bad
no,
guy
we've-
yet.
I mean, there's been times.
Okay.
You know, we're like, hey, knock that off.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, his kids and my kids are really good friends. They call each other, and then they'll just like show each other what they're doing and like playing games together.
Do
over
kids call each
their
other, or do
iPads.
they FaceTime each other now? Is that
Oh,
what they
they'll
do?
FaceTime because they don't have like
Yeah.
his kids have phones because they're a bit older,
Mhm.
and my kids don't. But they have iPads that if they're connected to the internet, they can get a call. So they'll.
That's what I figured. It's like gotta be weird growing up now. Like you're always looking at people when they're talking. That's weird.
But they don't. They don't really care. Like we feel
No, I know.
obligated to
Yeah.
have our face in the screen, but they're just like it's facing the ceiling fan, and every once in a while they pop in. They're like, "Hey, did you?" Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. It's maybe the future's gonna be better. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong about all of this.
I would bet on the future being better, but it's going to be difficult for you to see because
Mhm.
every generation thinks that the future is going to be worse when it was fine for you.
Well, yeah, but things really, really have accelerated. I think in this.
But
one.
that's because
I've been
you're
alive.
your age now.
I've been alive at a point where I don't know if
it's
a
every
future
generation,
of
you can't be
nobody
the
getting
specialist
paid.
one.
What are your kids going to do for a living?
Well, my daughter wants to be a surgeon.
Okay, there'll still be a need for that. I'm sure AI won't wipe
Pete a
that
long
out.
time ago said he wants to be a trash man.
Yeah, that's kids. They
have a good living.
He likes the truck.
They can make a good living.
You can make a good living, absolutely. And now it's not as hard as it used to be. I'm not saying it's not hard. I mean, imagine today it's hotter than hell. It is hard, but because of these new trucks, you just kind of scooch them, and then the truck picks up. Like it used to be murder on your back.
Yeah, the truck has like it's a forkliftt on it
Yeah,
that basically
it kinda
takes the
picks it
trash
up.
can and
have
flips
that
it
in our
over.
neighborhood.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's still the
The
two
guy
guys
still
on the
got to
back.
sling it?
Yeah, slingers.
That's the union up there. Down here we got free men doing garbage.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Well, they still
So
got
they
to
just
have
took the
each
people out?
truck has two people because they still got to go gather the stuff and bring it to the
Yeah.
truck. But it's just better on the lower back. And also, it must have been terrible. Like in the, I think about that. What was that movie? I want to say Claudine. Oh, James Earl Jones, Diane Carroll, the guy who played Boom Boom Washington from Welcome Back, Kotter. But anyway, James Earl Jones played a trash guy, and she was like a maid at one of these houses that he was always picking up the trash, and they fall in love. but they show them like the old trash cans,
The metal ones?
metal ones. They're just
Oh,
going down the
yeah.
street. That had to be murder on your back, number one. And then how often were there a bunch of rats or something in there? Because people weren't, the stuff we have now, it closes hard. But back then, everything was loose, and it must have been like every day at some point you're just picking something up and a bunch of rats come flying out. Did you figure out the name of that?
Claudine.
Claudine, thank you. Great movie. Excellent.
Claudine,
Some
Claudine.
of Boom Boom Washington's greatest work, as far as I'm concerned.
Hi there.
Maybe his best.
He played a character named Roop.
Roop?
That was his name on the show, yes. Or
Is
on
it-
the movie.
On the movie? Are you saying Boom Boom Washington or
Claudine.
Oh, I know, but are you saying the actor who played Boom Boom Washington, or who are you saying is Roop?
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones. That's not Boom Boom Washington. Boom Boom Washington. What was his first name?
Is it Lawrence Hilton Jacobs?
Ray.
That is correct.
Ray
His
on
name-
the show. I
Yeah,
think it was
Ray.
Ray Boom Boom Washington.
You can call me Ray.
Yeah,
No,
I
not
went
that
to.
guy.
He's. I think he might be from Philly because I went to a Philly steak place. It's like a famous Philly steak place, and I was in Philly a long time ago. There was much like I think there is now. It was the middle of the summer, and there was a garbage strike, and the city was just. I did not want to be there, but I had to be there. And I went to this famous Philadelphia cheesesteak place, and it had celebrities on the wall, and with their pictures signed. And Boom Boom Washington was one of them. This was already, this is the early '90s. Welcome Back,
That doesn't
Kotter
mean
was
he's from
long,
Philly.
long. I'm saying I think. I said I think.
Okay.
I have to correct myself. It was
Again?
Yes,
Oh,
it was
boy.
Freddie Boom Boom Washington.
Freddie.
It was Ray Boom Boom Mancini.
Yes.
Who was a boxer. So I conflated them.
All right. Well, you would you like to apologize to me or the audience?
To
first?
everyone.
How about Autumn? Just apologize. to
Yeah,
us.
never to her.
No, as men, women just deserve it. Just go
Yes,
ahead.
Autumn, I apologize greatly for that, and I hope you can
For being a
forgive
man?
me. No, for getting those
No.
names wrong.
I don't.
As a
well, then
man.
As a man.
Do you
Oh.
accept his apology?
Sure.
Okay. Well, that sounded very sincere.
Sincere, I
Absolutely.
take it.
It sounds
Well, I
to
said
me.
sure.
Sounds to me like you've won her over.
Yeah.
Hello, Alex Williams. Hello. Hello, Alex Williams. Alex is watching the brake lights on 85 toward Duluth.
Hey, good afternoon, Eric and gang. Yeah, it's a slow one. No crashes in the way. A lot of people hitting the roadway early this afternoon, getting away for the holiday weekend. 85 northbound stacked in from Chambly Tucker Road up to Indian Trail. Stay sluggish up toward Pleasant Hill. If you're traveling 400 northbound into Sandy Springs, you're seeing a few brake lights from Abernathy Road up to Northridge and again in Alpharetta, making your way past Windward Parkway. 75 northbound, trouble off to the right toward Ackworth before Highway 92, exit 277, causing a little bit of a slow ride as you leave Wade Green Road. How's that recovery on I-20 westbound out in Conyers, Sydney Darden?
It's slowly but surely getting better. You're still really backed up I-20 westbound starting at Highway 138 after all lanes were shut down there near exit 82 due to a long-standing crash backing all the way up again through Conyers almost to Crowell Road. You can still get off at Sigmund Road and use that as your workaround at the Old Covington Highway. This report is sponsored by Georgia Aquarium. This summer, they're experiencing bioluminescence and all things light during their glow nights at the Georgia Aquarium. It's something that you might want to be at, so save $10 after 4 p.m. Just visit georgiaaquarium.org from the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
When news breaks in Georgia.
One measure bars transgender athletes from playing on teams that don't match their biological sex.
Across the U.S.
The Senate has just approved President Trump's huge spending bill.
And around the world.
We are potentially weeks away from the war ending, not days.
We've got it covered.
Taxpayers will also see a benefit with an additional state income tax cut going into effect.
The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office estimates the bill would increase the deficit by $3.3 trillion over the next decade.
Hamas still holds more than 50 hostages.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
There's nothing you wouldn't do to protect your kids. You make sure they're covered with a high SPF, they wear a helmet when they bike, and they wait 30 minutes after they eat before they swim. But what are you doing to protect your kids from mosquitoes? You need mosquito control from Breda Pest Management. Meteorologist Christina Edwards here. For a job this big, this important, you want a company with a license to kill. You want Breda. Every Breda technician is licensed, providing the knowledge and ongoing training to properly and safely treat your home. Without a license, your mosquito guy may not be safely and effectively treating your home. With Breda, you can relax outside with the peace of mind of licensed technicians. And if mosquitoes come back within 30 days, even after rain, Breda is the only company that will come back and treat again for free. Breda Pest Management. They handle bugs and critters. BREDA Pest.com.
Breda. No need to be afraid of bugs.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Summer is a lot of fun, but it can also be the most dangerous time on the roads. There's more construction, teen drivers, bikers, cyclists, and what we all despise, congestion. Hey, it's Smiley Mark McKay. Summer wrecks happen a lot. If you've been hit, call my trusted team at John Foy & Associates, the Strong Arm. They specialize in personal injury law with a winning track record taking on big insurance companies. There is zero cost until they win your case. Call 24/7 for your free case evaluation. JohnFoy.com.
Anyone on the roads in North Georgia knows that tractor trailers are everywhere. For my friends in the motorcycle community, a distracted big rig could change your life forever. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. Steel Horse Law specializes in motorcycle accidents involving trucks, and they can protect you from big corporations and their armies of lawyers. Steel Horse Law can help you get back on your feet, medical bills paid, back to work, and your case resolved. Schedule your free accident evaluation at steelhorselaw.com.
Dad, one more horsey ride, please.
This living room rodeo moment made possible by Emory Orthopedics and Spine Center. When Dad needed back surgery, he came to Emory. The difference? Emory's among the highest in patient satisfaction and best surgical outcome rates in the nation. And Emory uses the most advanced research developed by our top surgeons to get Dad's back surgery done right the first time. Giddy up. EmoryHealthcare.org/orthodifference.
This is Scott Slade, and see if this fits you. You've just gotten an exorbitant estimate for repairs on your beautiful European car, or you're ready to cut the tie with the dealer. You need to check out Wolf Pen European Auto Repair in Roswell. Porsche, Mercedes-Benz, Audi, BMW, the certified technicians at Wolf Pen will have your European car or SUV running at top performance and safety without sky-high pricing. And to get to know you better for a limited time, mention you heard about Wolf Pen on the radio and get a free second opinion on repairs. Just search Wolf Pen in Roswell.
Not
Can you
even
believe that?
Tobey Maguire ones?
None. No movies, no comic books. I've never been exposed to any Spider-Man stories. My kids loved Spider-Man. My grandchild, I have a boy and a girl. The boy's like, he loves Spider-Man. Every generation, it seems to me, the love for Spider-Man is just keeps going and going and going. I've never read one comic book. I've never seen one Spider-Man cartoon. I've never seen one Spider-Man movie. I saw the musical that
Lucky
Bono and The Edge put together. I saw that. And that was terrible. Turn Out the Dark, I think it was called. That was pretty terrible.
Is that the one where when they were practicing, he fell off?
A bunch of people died. Yeah. Got hurt.
Died?
So a couple people died, I think. Because the way that it worked, it was actually, as I've said, I thought it stunk. But if I was 8 years old and I was taken to this thing, I would have been blown away because they had like 6 or 7 different actors playing Spider-Man, and sometimes they'd come right down next to your seat, all over, So like that, if I was a kid, I would have thought it was great. But the problem for me is it's called a musical, so that I'm going to be basically, well, how's the music? And the music stunk. You could tell that basically the other two people in U2 said, yeah, you can do that, but you're not taking any good songs from U2 and putting them in there. I think that's what, all those songs we've been saying no to the last 4 or 5 albums, you can put those in there, but nothing that would be a hit for us. So, I don't even know why I brought that up before we went on. I don't know why we're talking about Spider-Man, but it's another one of those things I've just never, ever in my life
Oh, we were talking about
even
that
wanted to watch.
Iron Man, the new Iron Lady or whatever it's called.
Is it called Iron Lady?
No, it's called
is
Iron Heart.
Is it the Margaret Thatcher story?
Yes, she gets bitten by a radioactive spider and then swings around London all night.
Oh my!
Fighting crime.
I've been beaten.
No, this is the new one where Ironheart.
Yes.
So it's the another genius girl.
Yes.
I saw a thing that said, well, what you learn from Ironheart is the only difference between the genius girl and Tony Stark is money.
Yeah, he was a billionaire.
He was a billionaire.
Even though he built
She's
a
not.
suit.
So in order for her to build the suit, it's 90 times better because she didn't have the money.
He built the first suit while being in a cave in Afghanistan being held by the Taliban.
Who cares? Who cares? He's a billionaire.
That's true.
And that makes her better. You know, I love the way that they do this with these things now. They don't just like introduce new characters. They have this thing where it's like, oh, you know how much you love Tony Stark? Well, you're going to love this character 90 times more. We demand it. Now. Start loving that character.
And if you don't love
now,
you're the problem if you don't love it.
Oh, yeah, you're the problem. Well, I read that latest Pixar movie bombed. Elio.
Oh, yeah.
And some people say it's good. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but there's a lot of stuff online I read that well, I don't want you to think I'm over there on the entertainment sites online, but there's a lot of people saying, oh, stop complaining about Hollywood not producing any original material because you didn't go see Elio. And whereas, the Minecraft thing goes out of there's a point to be made there. But the other point on that one is, did Disney even market that movie? I don't remember seeing any commercials
Barely
for it.
at all.
Yeah.
It's a lot of the How to Tame Your Dragon.
Yeah,
is,
they had that.
Is more marketed, but also they used to spend like years on story when it came to like these Pixar movies, like Toy Story 3. Didn't they take like 2 years or 3 years working on just the story?
I would imagine.
Well, remember Disney also came out with Lilo and Stitch, and they had a massive marketing campaign with that.
Yeah, but that's known. That's the point. The point is that if they're not going to market their original stuff, then maybe it's not going to do as well. The reason they market the hell out of Lilo and Stitch is they knew they had a hit before they even rolled the movie out.
That makes sense if you think about it from what are you going to put your money in, right?
Yeah.
What are we going to put money towards? Something that doesn't like guarantee a specific, at least minimal amount of money versus something, I don't know,
Well,
maybe it'll be good or not.
I think for once the online people do have a point. Everybody's bitching about they don't make anything original, and then they make something original and nobody goes.
These movies suck.
Yeah, they all do.
You gonna go over the holiday
except for me,
weekend?
except for the Von Hessler doctrine.
Yeah.
Everything else kind of blows. What?
It's true.
You gonna go over the holiday weekend? Go see it?
I might go see F1.
With your children?
Even though F1, they've made like 2 or 3 really horrible F1 movies. I'm sure this is another one, but something about me wants to see it. Alex Williams is checking the ride around 285.
Yeah, slow one starting on 285 East, the inner loop this afternoon, Eric, right at Ashford Dunwoody Road, exit 29 in Dunwoody, and it only gets heavier once you get into Doraville from Buford Highway as you make the ride down to Highway 78, the Stone Mountain Freeway. Getting around the airport, 285 eastbound, the inner loop slows just east of Riverdale Road. A lot of that is traffic trying to ramp onto I-75 southbound down there in Clayton County. Checking the west side of the perimeter with the help of Sydney Darden.
Yeah, we just found something new. It's a crash in the left lane, I-285 eastbound on the inner loop just near I-75 over towards the Cobb Cloverleaf. It's knocking out again that one left lane, causing you delays as you're making your way around the west side perimeter. And speaking of delays, also seeing some volume 285 southbound on the outer loop as you're leaving exit 16 to Atlanta Road and making your way down towards I-20. Nothing to be too concerned about, but it's definitely going to be adding to those delays as you make your way towards the south side perimeter. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Well, I bet it is safe to say you are sick and tired of home services companies that don't show up on time, don't get it right, ghost you then when you need them later. Hey, it's Chris Chandler. I don't have to worry about any of that because I only trust TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. TE Certified is a well-oiled machine with the highest level of communication and follow-up. They're on time, friendly, and fully stocked.
TE Certified. We love your home.
If you've got a 401k or an IRA, I've got some bad news for you. Well,
unless you love paying taxes. Hi, this is Troy Reagan from right here in Atlanta. I'm a best-selling author, award-winning film producer, and creator of the Reaganomics Roth Conversion Strategy. IRAs and 401k accounts can be a tax disaster. Required minimum distributions can destroy your savings because when the market drops, you are still required to take a withdrawal and pay taxes on it. The bad news is that the RMD is usually calculated based on your balance before the loss, so these withdrawals lock in your losses forever. Converting to a Roth IRA solves the problem, but people don't do it because they don't want to get clobbered by a huge tax bill. Thankfully, there is a solution. It's a powerful strategy I created that allows you to convert IRAs and 401ks into a tax-free Roth with zero money out of your pocket. You heard right. You can convert your IRA or 401k to a Roth without paying the tax bill out of pocket. Call 1-800-291-1414 now to get a free Roth conversion analysis and see if you qualify to get the huge benefits of a Reaganomics Roth conversion. 1-800-291-1414. That's 1-800-291-1414. Again, that's 1-800-291-1414.
Summer's a time to feel and look your best, but I'm not talking about your abs or your tan. Hey guys, it's Mark Aram here. I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning during Advanced Hair's once-yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. There's absolutely no one in hair restoration I trust more than Advanced Hair. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar. Advanced Hair summer sales event on for a limited time, so get the details and schedule your free consultation today. 470-660-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results. With Advanced Hair, your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and take advantage of their best offer ever. That's 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com. 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by QC Kinetics. Our top story, Sean Diddy Combs will find out shortly if he'll be released or remain behind bars. A judge will decide on bond for Combs after he was found not guilty today of the most serious charges against him in a federal sex crimes trial.
On count one, the racketeering conspiracy charge, Sean Combs has been found not guilty of racketeering conspiracy, perhaps the most complicated charge for the jury to understand.
Aaron Katursky reports a jury in New York does find Combs guilty of prostitution-related crimes. Prosecutors are calling for Diddy to receive the maximum sentence of 20 years. It is 91 degrees now in Atlanta. Sunshine dominates the next few days with lower humidity. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. A developing story in East Point this afternoon. A 3-year-old boy rushed to the hospital after he is shot.
A woman was outside very frantic and hysterical, just screaming and crying.
She's a neighbor. Police say they responded to a home on Hawthorne Street where they found the boy unconscious with a single gunshot wound. The gun was next to the boy. There's no update yet on his condition. 2 women are awarded more than $13 million after they were sexually assaulted at a Metro Atlanta massage spa.
The DeKalb County jury included $4 million in punitive damages against Ponce Feet Spa and its owner, who knowingly hired an untrained, unlicensed masseur.
This was not a massage, but this was now an attempt to molest.
Attorney Mowley Davis says the second sexual groping victim was on the table hours after the first one.
She had booked her massage with him, even though she knew he had a complaint about inappropriately touching of a woman the night before.
Davis says the women were empowered by testifying and feel affirmed with the verdict. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
Brian Koberger pleads guilty to murdering 4 University of Idaho students in 2022.
Have you had enough time to decide whether or not to plead guilty?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Given your choices, do you believe it's in your best interest to plead guilty?
Yes.
By accepting the plea deal, it takes the death penalty off the table. Koberger is expected to serve a life sentence without the possibility of parole. A 22-year-old man from Stockbridge drowns while swimming near West Point Dam in Troup County. Deputies responded to a swimmer in distress Tuesday evening. The body was recovered a few hours later. The victim identified as Lorenzo Collins. The Troup County Sheriff's Office says this appears to be a tragic swimming accident. Concerning new numbers on measles cases in the U.S., WSB health reporter Sabrina Cupid says we are very close to a record high.
The Atlanta-based CDC saying that we have 1,267 confirmed cases of measles now in the United States. That is just 7 cases shy of the total we had in 2019. Now, this means we are near a new record since measles was declared eliminated 25 years ago. A majority of the cases, 92%, are in those who are unvaccinated. So far, there have been 3 confirmed deaths this year.
A downside surprise in a new report on jobs.
Private payroll provider ADP says companies lost 33,000 jobs last month, led by a drop in services. Economists had largely expected business job creation to have increased by nearly 100,000. The report shows the decline was largely due to a drop in professional, education, and health services, suggesting a slowdown in the labor market, with average payroll growth over the past 3 months slowing and wage growth cooling. The ADP reading comes just one day ahead of the Labor Department's big June jobs report. I'm Bloomberg's Erica Herskowitz for 95.5 WSB.
UGA announces a target date for the first concert in Sanford Stadium since 2013. The school plans to hold the concert April 25th, 2026. This would be the first in a series of concerts known as Live Between the Hedges. The school is not announcing yet who might perform. The concert will be held after the Bulldogs spring football game and before spring commencement in May. It is now 4:34, and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And Triple Team traffic begins now with Alex Williams.
Watching the slow ride into downtown this afternoon, Bill. You bunch up southbound from the 85-400 merge, and it's going to stay slow. 75-85 southbound from 17th Street down to I-20. Northbound's filled in as well on 75-85 from Highway 166, Langford Parkway. No relief from that till you get up toward Peachtree, Pine Street. And don't forget, they are underway preparing for the Peachtree Roadway race, and that already has Peachtree Road shut down in Buckhead between Lenox Parkway and Lenox Road, the Phipps area. So just be mindful of that and plan your alternate routes, as that will stay closed through the morning of July 4th. Taking a look at the ride on the south side at Sydney Darden.
Well, your southbound delays on 75 aren't too bad through Henry and Clayton County, but northbound, as you're coming in from Locust Grove, 75 northbound, your exit 212 to Bill Gardner Parkway is kind of looking a little rough. Brake lights really starting to fill in around McDonough as you make your way through there. The good news is it does seem to clear up by the time you get to Stockbridge. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Partly cloudy this evening, overnight lows in the upper 60s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with lower humidity, high near 90. Friday, mostly sunny, morning low 70, afternoon high 91.
90 in Stone Mountain right now. It's 87 in Cumming and 92 in Jonesboro. More news at 5 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Men, are you having problems performing in the bedroom? Do pills like Viagra and Cialis leave you feeling frustrated? Well, now, there's new hope for men who suffer from PE and ED problems. Meet Dr. Katz, a specialist in men's health.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Katz with Choice Men's Health. Regardless of your age or medical condition, Choice Men's Health can safely restore your sexual potency. Our customized solutions can eliminate your problem in just one visit. There's no pain, no surgery, and it's affordable.
Guys, don't let the anxiety over your performance get you down. We can get you back in the game. Call Choice Men's Health today to find out how you can eliminate ED on the very first visit. Call 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
I meant that in the nicest way, Shelley. Good to have you back, my friend.
Oh, thank you.
Back from Jamaica. I think he's still high.
Which isn't it crazy? Isn't marijuana technically illegal in Jamaica?
No, I guess they've legalized it.
Okay.
I just found
That's
out
good to hear.
They used to hang it over your head. Somebody look it up, but I used to
rock.
There was a whole thing about Jamaica. People didn't realize for years and years and years. Most of
up to 2 ounces decriminalized.
Yeah, decriminalized. So not legal, but decriminalized. Yeah, they used to have that because they knew everybody in Jamaica was getting stoned, and they knew everybody who went to Jamaica was getting stoned. And so it was looked the other way. But they didn't want to take it off the books because, it can get rough there in Jamaica, and sometimes you need to bring people in and talk to them and find out if they're part of something. And so they always wanted to be able to have that Well, they can go, yeah, you were smoking. Okay, you come down to the station. And they'd always have a reason. If they wanted to target you and they couldn't figure anything else out, they'd bust you for pot, even though
Gotcha.
they're looking the other way all the time. But I guess a couple of years ago, they went ahead and it's interesting that they decriminalized as opposed to legalized, because that still gives them some wiggle room. Hey, come down to the station. I want to talk to you about some violence that went down in Kingston. We think that you're a part of it, but we can't prove it. But we did see you smoking a joint, so come on down to the station and let's talk for a while. Some of the worst type of governance there is, where everybody's doing something that's illegal, but 90% of the time you look the other way, but you just hold it open. Well, if we need to get somebody on something, let's get everybody doing something illegal. That way we can always find a reason to bring you down if it's still technically illegal.
You should take notes from Singapore. Singapore has everything.
Oh, Singapore! They just
Kenya.
You just decide in Singapore. What do you want? If you want a sterilized society. Here's the thing about Singapore. I have my friend Stefan. He lived in Singapore for a good long time. So basically, yes, they're very strict. You can't spit on the sidewalk. No getting high. None. No getting high. And now the other side of it, and if you make if you're found guilty of the smallest infraction, you'll end up getting basically a spanking, a caning, which I imagine really does hurt. Now, I could never live in such a place. But the other side of it is, if you never want to get high in your life and you don't care about living under draconian law, apparently, you can walk down any back alley at 3 o'clock in the morning anywhere in the country, and you never have to worry about nothing happens. It's safe as
It's
hell.
like that in Japan, too. People leave the keys in their mopeds and stuff.
Yeah. So, but they're a little looser in Japan on the laws, right? I mean, they're not.
Yeah, they're looser on the rules like
Yeah.
that, but it's still really safe.
I can't imagine being a grown man having the government spank me.
Well, that's part of it, to shame you.
Ooh,
Yeah.
maybe you'd like
Well,
it.
maybe
Lindsey
some
Graham
people
might like it.
Lindsey Graham.
Uh-oh.
We gotta bring that here.
I wouldn't mind a good caning.
That's right.
I've been a
You've
bad
been a
boy.
bad boy.
I spit on the sidewalk.
Do you think?
Oops.
Oh, no.
I was chewing gum.
You got a Hawk Tua on that sidewalk.
Oh, you darn right.
You like Hawk Tua to Lindsey Graham?
I do. I
Yeah.
like Hawk Tua. You mean?
No, I'm talking about that lady.
Oh, who's that?
Oh, you're not familiar with Hawk Tua. She was wildly popular.
Spit on that thing. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you. I'm always there to feel. Ladybugs. Is it ladybugs? Is that what it is?
Ladybugs.
I like ladybugs. They're pretty. They're a little red and they got black dots on them.
I was talking about the Rodney Dangerfield film.
Oh, that was good
Oh,
too.
that was Ladybugs.
All right.
I saw that in the theater, unfortunately.
Oh, really? Who convinced you to watch the 5th Rodney Dangerfield film?
Well, I liked Summer School or whatever.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
not
Back
Summer
to School.
Back to
School.
wow.
I
There was
also liked
anger in
Summer
his
School.
voice.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
Kurt Vonnegut's in it.
Yes, he is. Yeah, but then you thought by the time you got to Ladybugs, where Rodney is,
take anything.
he's the coach of I believe, a female soccer team, young
It was
kids.
like a little girl soccer team. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bet you that was hilarious.
It was 1992, so I was 10.
Okay, so you got drafted. Oh, did you ask to go?
Probably.
Yeah, look at that.
Hey, I
So,
liked them. He was
It
funny.
wasn't
Funny guy.
unfortunate for you. It was unfortunate for your parents who had to sit through it.
I'm sure.
Yeah. You owe them an apology.
I really should. Let me call him.
I mean, he's in exactly. I mean, there's 3, right? 3 maybe. Caddyshack, great movie. Not his movie, but he's great in it.
Easy Money.
That-
That's his first movie that he's the star
I
of.
thought Back to School came first.
No, Easy Money was like 80 or 81.
I had a long conversation once with the director of Easy Money.
Who was the
He was
director?
telling me all about the opening shots and how he actually said, "So you want to make a movie one day, huh?" He actually started like that. "So you want to make a movie one day, huh?" He's a really good guy. I can't remember his name, but he's the guy who does did. He was older at the time, and this was in the late 90s, early 2000s.
James Signorelli?
He's the guy who does who did for a long time all the Saturday Night Live commercial parodies.
Oh, okay.
And I was
Like
there
TV
because
Funhouse?
my no commercials, like the parodies of commercials.
Oh, right. Okay, gotcha.
And my buddy T. Sean was writing there, and I was visiting once, and I mentioned that I wanted to make it. "So you want to make movies, huh?" And he told me a couple great stories.
Seems like with that response, he needed like a cigar in his mouth.
Yeah, he kind of did. But he was a great guy. I mean, he took the time to sit down and talk to me. I mean, I was nobody.
It's cool.
And Easy Money came out in '83, but still predated Back to School.
Okay. Caddyshack was where he made his bones.
Oh, yeah.
Can we also talk about summer school?
I think
Back to School.
It's not.
No, but can we talk about summer school as well?
What is summer school?
Oh, yeah.
God,
Mark
remember
Harmon.
Summer school?
Mark Harmon.
Yeah, and Kirstie Alley.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it Kirsty?
I said Kirsty.
Oh,
Yeah.
they said Kirsty.
And they hook up at the end.
Oh, spoiler.
It's funny that I said it the right way and that you heard it wrong.
I have dyslexic hearing. I can read just fine, but I have dyslexic hearing. Sometimes
You hear yeses, no? Tell the
no,
judge.
it's not that way. It's not. That wouldn't be dyslexic hearing. You just hear things out of sorts. But yeah, well, I tried that defense. The judge didn't buy it, so there's nothing I could do. I don't know where to go from here. We're talking about Rodney
What's
Dangerfield
next? Georgia
movies.
stuff.
Oh no, we got July
Yeah.
4th. A lot of travel. That's what I hear. A lot of travel happens on July 4th.
Does it really?
Yeah,
That's
and
so
it's going to be more this year than most other years. So
basically, after reading that article that you sent about this, it basically says, hey, travel in the morning on almost every day. Travel
Yeah.
in the morning. It's a lot better than traveling in the afternoon, is the crux of the driving argument, at least.
a record-setting 72.2 million travelers
Woo.
estimated to go on a domestic trip between Saturday, June 28th, we're already past that, and Sunday, July 6th, according to AAA. Are they the drunkards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 2.4% more than last year. Some of them are going to fly. Some of them are going to drive. It's going to be a pain in the ass either way. I will be in my backyard area, sitting
I'm
around.
taking a train.
Really?
Ugh.
Well, are you planning on?
Choo-choo.
Are you planning on getting there during the holiday or?
I'm going to Philly during a garbage strike.
It's going to smell nice there.
Why are you going to Philly during a garbage strike? It's going to
Well,
be
I didn't
awful.
know there'd be a garbage strike
That's
when
true.
we made the plan.
That's going to be hot as hell in Philly.
Yeah,
No, it's 80-something, just like...
Yeah. But Philly, let me tell you, add the garbage on the streets. I was
know,
there
it's-
once during that. It is.
I'm sure that there are
terrible.
scabs that are going to be like picking up the
No, there
trash
won't
near
be.
Nope. Oh, not if you want to
They will,
live.
nope.
Now, Philadelphia is an old-fashioned city.
Yeah.
Not if you want to live. You do not touch that garbage.
But there's all kinds of celebrations happening because it's the 4th of July in
Oh,
Philadelphia.
yeah. The whole shooting match got started there, as I recall. Philadelphia.
anything
Yeah, but is this
You
your
don't know
real-
anything
Is that-
about
is that
the
what cracked
founding?
Is that what cracked the bell or whatever?
No, the bell was just a crappy bell, and it cracked the first time they tried to ring it.
The shooting began in Concord and that other city in
I meant
Massachusetts.
shooting match. I meant the whole shooting match,
Oh, the whole
meaning the
thing.
country got
Okay.
going.
All
Have you
right.
ever been to Independence Hall?
Yes.
Okay, well, then
cool
then
there.
you've seen the Liberty Bell. Is it still there? It was on the
It's
outside.
still there, but I just don't really get it. Okay, so like Washington rang it or something.
I don't know if it was Washington. This is the first time.
Washington rang it.
I don't know that Washington rang it.
It's
I don't.
just
he
a
made-
symbolic thing.
Well, it
It
broke.
cracked. Who cares?
Well, what do you mean? Who cares?
Why does that mean anything?
It doesn't mean anything. It's just the fact that rather than throwing it out, they decided, you know what, we're gonna own it. It cracked.
But why?
Maybe they couldn't
Why is that
afford.
patriotic?
Maybe they couldn't afford another bell.
That's not patriotism. I don't
Wait a
get it.
minute. It doesn't mean that you're patriotic because you think it's a great bell. It just stands for liberty. That's all. And
bell?
much like the country, once you tried to make liberty happen, it immediately cracked.
That should have been a sign.
It should have been a sign.
Maybe it isn't going to.
Liberty doesn't work.
Alexis de Tocqueville, and that the great experiment has failed.
You know, this is kind of a lost birthday anyway. This is your 249th birthday. So, I mean, is
Yeah.
it really as good as
Yeah,
what
next year's
going to
be the big deal.
Next year's the big one.
Because I remember the bicentennial.
We're going to detonate a nuclear bomb on the moon.
Oh,
Happy
as a
birthday,
celebration.
America. Oh, yeah.
Well, it kind of shows how far we've come, and nobody else can do that.
Crack
so
the moon.
That's right.
Yeah, keep the moon if it's cracked.
It's the Liberty Moon.
It is the Liberty Moon.
That's what we're going to call it from now on.
The Liberty Moon.
Alex Williams says there's a crash on 285 by Truist Park.
Yeah, that's right, Eric. It's on the inner loop, 285 eastbound, right there at I-75 exit 20. It's in the left lane, luckily not causing a big jam as you make the trek over to Sandy Springs. But heads up, coming up from the International Terminal, they're holding all lanes temporarily, 75 northbound at Cleveland Avenue, exit 241, to get a mattress out of the roadway. Here is on scene clearing that up, so once he does, hopefully all lanes will open back up there. If you're traveling on 75 northbound up into Marietta and Kennesaw, a few brake lights from North Marietta Parkway up into Ackworth. Slowest part of 400 is northbound in Sandy Springs from 285, but you improve once you get past the North Springs MARTA station. How's the ride on I-85 toward Gwinnett County, Sydney Darden?
It's still a little jammed up, especially as you're coming over from the east side. You're going to start seeing those brake lights fill in around Shallowford Road, past Spaghetti Junction, past exit 99 and Jimmy Carter Boulevard. This is where you're going to start to see a little bit of relief, but really it is just a lot of brake tapping once you reach Highway 316. We're also seeing a little bit of volume as well. I-85 northbound around Sugarloaf Parkway as you're making your way up towards Swanee. It does, good news, break apart by the time you get to that 985-85 split, though, as you make your way towards Buford. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
What would you do with $1,000 this summer?
Hotel, pool, week at the beach, cabin in the woods.
Whatever you want to do this summer,
WSB has $1,000 to make it happen.
$1,000 Thursdays gives you the chance to win $1,000 every hour between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m.
Listen for the keyword at 9, 10, and 11 a.m. and 12, 1, 2, and 3 p.m.
Enter the keyword at WSBradio.com or on the WSB app. Within that hour,
You could win $1,000. Get all the info at WSBradio.com.
$1,000 Thursdays tomorrow.
From 95.5 WSB, where Atlanta wins.
Belinda Skelton here for Atlanta Vision Institute, and I have Stephanie with me. She's a patient of Dr. Ashraf, and Stephanie recently had the laser optics procedure. Stephanie, why did you have the laser optics procedure?
I wanted to be able to not ever use reading glasses again because I got tired of pulling my phone out of my purse when I forgot them to blow things up, and I just wanted to see.
And how was life after laser optics procedure at Atlanta Vision Institute?
Incredible. I could read the bottom of a nail polish bottle. I don't need my readers, never used them since I've had my laser optics procedure. It's been amazing.
What would you say to people who are on the fence about having the procedure?
Do you want to see?
That says it all, folks. Folks, if you want to see like Stephanie, go to 2020atlanta.com. That's 2020atlanta.com.
At Shane Company, we've been engagement ring experts for almost 100 years. We have the largest selection of diamonds and gemstones in stock. You don't have to wait to compare them side by side. Find the one that speaks to you at shaneco.com or in store. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Moving is supposed to be exciting, but let's be honest, it usually turns into a juggling act. Sell one house, buy another, try not to lose your mind. That's where Orchard comes in. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. Orchard flips the process. Instead of waiting for your current home to sell, Orchard gives you cash up front so you can buy your next place first, settle in, and breathe a little. While you're unpacking, Orchard is busy getting your old home ready, handling repairs, staging, even upgrades to help it sell for top dollar. And when it does, you get that extra cash too. So yeah, one payday when you buy, another when you sell. It's not magic, it's just smart real estate. No stress, no awkward timing, no crashing in your aunt's guest room for a month. Start with a free home valuation at orchard.com. 2 paydays, 1 move, 0 chaos. That's Orchard.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Trust is not just a word, it's an experience. When your home needs service, you can trust TE certified electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling. Hey, it's Chris Chandler. TE is the company I trust to fix any problem once and for all. Their 5-star customer experience means easy online scheduling, friendly technicians, and a lifetime workmanship warranty, so I can just sit back and relax.
TE certified, we love your home.
All right, before Dr. Joe gets in here, let's try to pretend we have some sort of serious intent with this show. So AOC is, what is she going off on about?
There's a lot of declarations about this big, beautiful bill being death.
She doesn't like it. I don't like it either.
I don't
but,
like that.
Yeah, I don't like it either, but
No.
You suffer under the delusion that you can do something about it. I don't.
This bill is a deal with the devil.
All right, stop.
It explodes.
The deal with the devil.
Okay.
I can also use alliteration.
Remember the green new devil deal?
Yes.
She had one herself.
This bill is a deal with the devil. It explodes our national debt.
All right, stop. All right. How is it even First of all, that Democrats suddenly care about the national debt.
Get out of here.
Is absurd. And how exactly do you explode a national debt that's long since been exploded several times over? Somebody's
Even more than, like, a lot.
Okay, it's $36 trillion now, AOC. So
that seems like too much.
yeah, okay, you're part of that. You've been there 8 years or so.
Well,
So
I've tried. So
Yeah?
anyway, the
Have you?
bill is
Yeah?
bad because it's not big and beautiful.
Yeah.
It's
Didn't you
it's
vote for all
dumb,
that?
and I hate it.
You voted for all that $100 billion to Ukraine and all that kind of. You voted for all that, yeah?
Well,
Huh? You did, yes, yes.
yeah, but
And how did that?
they-
Yeah.
needed it at the time.
So, the idea that Democrats, how do you explode a $36 trillion debt? It seems to me it would have to be double. So, more than you have to be up to. You would have to make it like 90 trillion. You can't explode 36 trillion to 42 is bad for the country, but it's not exactly exploding the debt. I mean, it really is. These politicians,
sparkler.
These politicians, unfortunately, know how dumb you are. That's the unfortunate part. They're right. They know how dumb you are. How many people will be asking these questions? Most of America, 50-50, you just like, if you're on 150, I love what she's saying. If you're on the other 50, I hate what she's saying. You don't even have to hear what they're saying. How many people actually look at politicians and go, yeah, but you remember last year and the thing, and how come you're just talking like this? The debt has never bothered you. Do you know what the debt would be if we did get the Green New Deal?
Too much.
It's, I don't want to hear one single politician outside of maybe Rand Paul and Thomas Massey bitching and moaning about the national debt. Because as far as I know, everyone else is a part of the problem. If you're a politician in America, you're guilty. I don't care if you ran and lost. You're still guilty because chances are if you would have won, you would have done the same thing.
There is an odd alliance developing here. I have some Marjorie Taylor Greene audio where her and AOC are agreeing on this bill.
We'll see if Autumn can handle that in a conversation.
A little woman in the box.
There you go.
Alex Williams is tracking delays on I-20 in DeKalb.
Yeah, seeing a few brake lights this afternoon, Eric. Not terrible, but you are sluggish. 20 eastbound through the work zone into DeKalb from 285 for the ride out into Lithonia. Just picked up a new stall on the West Freeway, 20 westbound at Lowry Boulevard, exit 55. It's in the right lane, also impacting the on-ramp from Lowry Boulevard, so that'll cause some delays out of downtown. Once you get past that, the brake lights pick up again from H.E. Holmes Drive out to Fulton Industrial Boulevard, then a little bit slow between Lithia Springs and Douglas Hill. We also just found new trouble into Midtown, Cindy Darden.
Yeah, it's a stall. I-85, 75 southbound near 17th Street as you're approaching exit 250 there in Midtown. Knocking out one center lane, really adding to those delays that are already there as you're making your way to the heart of the city, past the Grady curve on towards I-20s, where you're really going to start seeing some major delays as well. I-85 northbound all the way back to Langford Parkway, exit 243 is where those delays stretch back, and it's a really slow crawl down into the heart of the city. There's no relief until you reach I-70. There's no relief until you reach Midtown. From the Courier Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
This is Jonathan Geller at D. Geller & Son Jewelers, and I'm so excited to invite you to our designer pop-up event July 19th and 20th. Come see extended lines of engagement rings, wedding bands, plus brand new wedding day and fashion jewelry from the top designers in the industry, our good friends at Tacori and Veragio. So don't just look for a ring, find the perfect ring at D. Geller & Son's designer pop-up event July 19th and 20th in Kennesaw and Sandy Springs. RSVP online at dgeller.com.
If you've ever done a Jane Fonda workout, or if you remember as a kid Rocky running the steps, and if Michael Keaton is still Mr. Mom to you, then guess what? It's officially time to do some retirement planning. It's Wes Moss from Money Matters. Weren't those the good old days? Well, with a little bit of retirement planning, there are plenty of good days ahead. Schedule an appointment with our team today at yourwealth.com. That's Y-O-U-R, yourwealth.com.
It's officially time for Zero Res's annual summer sale. Take advantage and get 15% off all cleaning services. Mention Chris Chandler to secure this deal today or book online at ZeroResAtlanta.com. Zero Res. All they leave is clean.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Heavy rain, high winds, huge hail. Yes, Atlanta, we're in storm season. It's Mark Arum here. You might be faced with a roof repair or a replacement. Do not gamble with any contractor, and there are hundreds of roofers with little to no experience. I want you to trust the experts at Dr. Roof. Trusted name in roofing for over 35 years and backed by their industry-leading warranties. Dr. Roof doesn't cut corners. They're the best at protecting your biggest investment. Dr. Roof, done right, guaranteed.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 5 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. Our top local story, it is happening now. Investigators at the scene of an East Point home where a little boy was shot a short time ago. WSB's Steve Summers reports live from the scene with more on what's going on.
Bill, the crime scene here is with the crime scene van, rather, is here on Hawthorne Way with all the tools the police will need to collect evidence so we can find out just why this happened this afternoon. When officers first arrived, they found the 3-year-old unconscious with a single gunshot wound and the gun lying right next to him. Neighbor Marquita Hillman didn't hear the shot but knew the situation was serious.
A woman was outside very frantic and hysterical, just screaming and crying.
The 3-year-old boy carted off to Grady Hospital. His condition at this point is unknown. Reporting live, Steve Summers in East Point, 95.5 WSB.
91 degrees in Atlanta, sunny with lower humidity for a few days. Will it stay dry for the holiday weekend? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. Drugs are stopped before getting to the streets of Metro Atlanta, and one longtime DEA agent says he's never seen a cartel hide drugs like this.
else. It is low tech, but very clever.
A border x-ray of this cucumber hauling tractor trailer likely would not reveal anything odd because stacked boxes are very dense in their corners. But DEA Atlanta Acting Special Agent in Charge Jay Chung says these corners were hiding 700 pounds of methamphetamine in skinny little packages.
We're used to seeing cartel members transport drugs in large loads of vegetables and fruits and other commodities, but not in the fashion that they took the time and the effort to secrete these inside the boxes like that they did.
Chung says the meth's street value is $4.5 million. At DEA Atlanta, Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
Happening this hour, a judge considers bail for Sean Diddy Combs. The hearing comes hours after the jury reached a mixed verdict in Combs' sex crimes trial in New York. CBS's Bradley Blackburn reports Combs was cleared of the most serious charges.
The verdict is seen as a big win for the defense. Combs' attorneys had argued the freak-offs were consensual and accused the prosecution of putting Combs on trial for his lifestyle. Even cleared of the most serious charges, his conviction on the prostitution counts could bring up to a decade behind bars.
New developments today in the case of accused Appalachia High School shooter Colt Gray. WSB's Sabrina Cupid reports the teen suspect is getting a new lawyer.
According to court documents, public defender Latoya Williams has filed the paperwork now to take over the case. She replaces Alfonso Kraft Jr., who had been representing Gray since last year. 15-year-old Colt Gray facing a number of charges, including multiple counts each of malice murder, felony murder, aggravated assault, and first-degree cruelty to children. 2 students and 2 teachers killed in that school shooting last September, 9 others injured.
No trial date is set yet for Colt Gray. His father is scheduled to go on trial in September. A major development in efforts to improve children's health care in Atlanta and around the world. Shriners Children's is establishing a new hub for research here in Atlanta.
The new research institute will be housed in Georgia Tech's Science Square Labs and amounts to a $153 million investment. Dr. Leslie Stewart, chair of Shriners Children's Board of Trustees, says this is a leap forward.
It is a platform for scientific innovation. Innovation that will make us the very best in delivering pediatric subspecialty health care.
The Research Institute will employ 470 people once it opens. Shriners provides care to thousands of children each year. In Atlanta, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Countdown to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution Peachtree Road Race.
We're 2 days away. I was out here at 2 o'clock this morning shutting down Peachtree Road, which some people might not like from a traffic perspective, but it's the beginning of the excitement of the week.
Atlanta Track Club CEO Rich Kanah tells Atlanta's Morning News a section of Peachtree Road in Buckhead is now closed because they moved the race expo to Lenox Square this year. There are massive tents there now where runners will pick up their race numbers. It is 5:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, Triple Team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
And I have my eyes on that closure in Buckhead right now, Bill, where they have Peachtree Road shut down for the 4th of July Peachtree Road race. Peachtree so far is shut down between Lenox Road and Lenox Parkway. That's east of Georgia 400, so that's already making a mess of that ride. And don't forget, the rest of Peachtree all the way through Midtown will be shut down the morning of the 4th of July for that road race, so stick with WSB for updates on that. If you're taking 85 South into Midtown and downtown, it's stacked in from the Georgia 400 merge, not made any better by a stall in the center lane right there at the 17th Street Bridge. You stay creeping and crawling down to I-20. 75-85 northbound slows from Highway 166 up past Freedom Parkway. How's I-285 through DeKalb County, Sydney Darden?
It's a little bit of a rough ride. Well, actually, a bit of a rough ride if you're leaving the Spaghetti Junction on the inside perimeter. I-285 southbound on the inner loop, really rough past exit 37 to La Vista Road. Not going to see any relief until you reach past the Highway 78 on down towards Memorial Drive until you get to I-20. On the opposite side of that, brake lights are filling in 285 northbound around exit 44 to Glenwood Avenue, to Glenwood Road as you merge on from I-20. From there, really stop and go as you make your way up towards I-85. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Fair skies and pleasant this evening. Sunset around 9 o'clock. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s to low 80s at that time, cooling to the upper 60s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, mostly sunny with lower humidity, high near 90. Friday, mostly sunny, morning low 70, afternoon high 91. Saturday and Sunday staying dry with morning lows in the low 70s, daytime highs in the low 90s.
92 in Stockbridge, 90 in Peachtree Corners, 89 in Kennesaw. More news at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. I saw on CNN on the monitor there that the judge is weighing whether or not to release Diddy ahead of sentencing. How is this even a question? George Clark, how long has he been in prison? Like, can you look up how long he's been in jail?
I think it's just under 2 years, but yeah, double
About
check.
7 months.
Yeah. I don't even think it's been a year, but it's been over 6 months, I would imagine. And the state just failed to prove like 70% of the things against him. So why would this even? And by the way, what's the danger if he is released? Is he going to another freak off?
Well, you got to celebrate.
It's a freak on.
Yeah.
9 months and 16 days.
Yeah, I think that pretty much kind of covers it, since they didn't charge him with the thing that he was actually guilty of, which is domestic violence. So this shouldn't be much of a. He should be out, and he should be allowed to go find Matt Drudge and yell at him.
Yeah.
Does Matt Drudge even run the Drudge Report anymore? That was bought out.
I
don't think so.
He can't. The way that it's changed so much.
Well,
from
I
what
think
it was.
he doesn't like Trump. So I mean, that's obvious, but that kind of split took place a while ago. Where remember, everybody on the left used to hate Drudge, and now people on the left are kind of okay with him because he keeps telling them that they're going to win things if they keep losing.
Yeah.
So he kind of became one of those MSNBC type of things. If you would have followed the Drudge Report during all the when Trump was on trial in Atlanta, and you would have thought he
was
guilty. He was done.
They're not going to throw away the key. They're going to just melt it down. There'll be no need ever again. So he played that game. But I don't know who runs it. George Clark.
Grok is telling me Matt Drudge with the assistance of Charles Hurt and Daniel Helper.
Who's Charles Hurt?
Not sure.
Runs a Drudge Report, I heard.
Hurt
Yeah.
Helper.
I've heard that name before. Charles Hurt.
American journalist, political commentator.
Well, there you go. He's an American journalist and a political commentator. Why would I not have heard of him? After all, I'm a talk show host. And talk show hosts, our job is to be up on current events. So therefore, I will have heard of old Charlie Hurt. I thought about it the other day, though. We think about a talk show host and a common streetwalker. We both make our livings with our mouths.
That's an interesting point.
That's what I was thinking about. That's Dr. Joe.
That's why we get along so well with him.
That's why. That's why I have so many over to the house. They're asking for tips. I know I did not mean it that way. I did not mean it that
Literally,
way.
the fastball's right there.
I did not mean it that way.
We're in the wind-up right now.
Dr. Joe, as the only two adults here,
Yes.
I think that we should pivot towards some Wellness Wednesday.
Quality air.
I got you, Tim. I got you, buddy.
This is not in the Wellness Wednesday bundle,
Uh-huh.
but I saw this coming before I came in. So Cheerios is upsetting people because they're dropping 3 of their brands under the Cheerio brand, under the umbrella of Cheerios Incorporated.
The B?
General Mills, yeah. The B is
the B
going
is
to be
dropping 3?
The B is going to be affected. And what I love about this is that people they're outraged. You know the one that they're outraged about the most?
Which
I
one?
didn't even know this existed. Cheerios chocolate peanut butter Cheerios.
I'm going to go on strike.
What kind of
That's
adult?
it.
What kind of adult? And then it shows us that people are outraged. This is my favorite cereal of all time. So they're getting rid of chocolate peanut butter Cheerios, Honey Nut Cheerios Medley Crunch, and the Honey Nut Cheerios Minis. Now, why would you need minis?
They're too big.
Aren't you just gonna?
Probably for little babies.
Aren't you just gonna
Kids.
fill up the bowl?
Yeah, it's probably for kids.
Oh,
though.
I remember when I was a
kids like-
kid.
They're
I-
regular.
Yeah, I know. When I was a kid, it was so hard to eat Cheerios.
Yeah. Giant Cheerios.
Yeah, my God, it's just bigger than my head.
They had to make one giant one. You just put in a bowl. Those are called donuts, those giant ones.
Yes.
Yeah,
So you got to read this article. People are just beside themselves. I would say to you, if you're an adult who eats chocolate peanut butter Cheerios, you are in fact not an adult. What kind of adult eats that?
Well, you could just eat Reese's Pieces cereal, which is
Right,
the same thing.
you might as well. Do people really think this is I'm getting my full balanced?
Well, it says it on the box.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Must be true.
But also, people don't care. You're having breakfast. People don't think of that as, they think as long as you eat,
Yeah,
then that's fine.
as long as we eat. But you'd be better off. I remember it was a long time ago, some Dr. Joe type I saw on television in the late 80s, early 90s. He was going after all of the cereals. And he said, if you want like cornflakes, he went after. He's like, just make corn.
Yeah.
Eat corn in the morning.
point.
It's going to be a lot better for you.
Yes.
So I'm doing better with I think I'm doing better with my breakfast than I used to. But I'm eating that yogurt that you don't it's the regular yogurt. But
Dairy
I'm
yogurt.
You know what
I'm
I
putting
like
a lot
for
of stuff in
breakfast?
it. Yes.
Is not breakfast things. I've been having like half a chicken breast and a sweet potato.
That's what this person was talking about.
Yeah,
Just go eat corn
We've
in the
been
morning.
indoctrinated into what breakfast is supposed
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah, it's supposed
you
to be a
know?
bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit.
Yeah. Rest of the world eats savory breakfast. You know, you go to Europe, what are they eating? They're not eating cereal.
I think I'm eating something like Mueslix now.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
in the
that's
morning.
better. Make sure it's
Yeah.
organic, though. We don't want
Is
those.
that the organic has no flavor?
Oh.
It's a bummer.
Have some of those mini chocolate
Isn't there a
poison
happy
pellets or
medium?
something.
Oh, that'd be great. Cheerios poison pills.
Are you eating Mueslix or muesli?
No, I am making my own in the morning.
Yeah. Okay.
With
Mucinex?
yogurt, and it's a Mueslix type of thing. Yeah, not our version, but the European version.
Okay, yeah.
But-
Make it the night before. You'll love it.
Oh, really? You gotta get all
Overnight, yeah.
Overnight oats,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let that yogurt soak in.
It's a lot of planning for me.
Yeah, that's thought process. Yeah.
I'll do it in the
Yeah,
morning,
that's
man.
true. God.
Dude.
I very much
You don't
kinda
have
li-
enough time to do something
I'm
like
not
that.
like you,
because-
man. I live spontaneously, man.
Yeah, you know. He's
I
got
don't
grown
know.
kids. You
That's
got a
right.
child. There's a
That's
difference.
right.
Yeah,
That's
you know,
true.
you have to plan things.
So yeah, I think I'm doing better, but I know you wouldn't like it because of the yogurt.
Yeah.
But I was eating too much Cheerios, though. I found.
Well,
Is
that-
Greek yogurt
Not
bad,
good for the-
Dr. Joe?
If it's organic, I'm gonna say it's okay. But other than that, the cows are fed corn and soy, which are not designed to eat. They're designed
Yeah.
to eat grass, and it raises the omega-6 fatty acids, and the corn is sprayed with glyphosate. And,
Well, that's what we get into, like with the Cheerios, right? Because I
Right.
realized after a while I was eating too much Cheerios,
Uh-huh.
and because somebody has to worry about inflammation and all that kind of stuff down the digestive area. And then
Yeah.
you mentioned Roundup,
Yeah.
that they put it on the
They put it on
and
a lot of wheat and oats now because it kills it, and then it's easier to harvest. But that remains on the product.
And then what happens? You're telling me that goes into your diet. What does that do? It's like
an antibiotic. It kills a lot of the good bacteria in your colon.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then the good bacteria, of course, help build your immune system. They help to communicate with your brain. They help you digest food, and so it's not a good thing.
coming around to this Dr. Joe. I used to laugh at him like 10 years ago, but I really do believe that the digestive system, I would call it like the second heart.
Yes, what's the second brain is what they call it. It's
I'm calling it the second heart.
And you can because you're the
'Cause
host.
I'm saying
your name's on the sign.
It's closer to the heart than the brain.
Oh, I see. the
And so I think that
communication, yes.
those two, just in the sense that I think it just has so much to do with your health. Now, I'm not doing a great job with it, but at least I'm recognizing, I'm still eating terribly most of the
Another
time.
10 years, you'll be buying what I'm selling, and you'll go, okay, Dr. Joe was right all these years.
If I'm
you know?
here. I'm
If
here
you're here,
for
that's
10
true,
years,
yeah.
so-
Jared's eyeing up that spot there. He's got his eye on that.
They're going to do an autopsy. It's just going to be all
Cheerios and glyphosate.
chocolate
I'm telling
peanut
you,
butter Cheerios
there's
come
gonna,
flying
there's
out.
going to be an over-the-counter drug that's going to allow us to live to 150 before you pass away.
And I will not take it. All right, so have you looked
Methylene
around?
blue.
Have you looked around? What do I want to stick around? Hey, maybe I will run again. Is this what I want to stick around for? It's not something I really want to say. I think he's terrible. Well, I think I'm the greatest thing that ever lived. This is what I want more. This is what I want to be around.
I just got the deal done with Paramount, and they're
Yeah.
going to be able to buy ByteDance.
Are they going to buy ByteDance? Is that the whole
That's
idea?
part of the deal,
This
yeah.
turned out to be one of those trades with a third party involved.
think so.
Oh, I love that.
So Paramount's going to end up biting TikTok dance.
They settled with Trump, and I think that was the path forward for them to get ByteDance.
Maybe. I thought it was the path forward for Sherry Redstone to sail off into the sunset because she wasn't going to be able to sell her thing until that was done.
Hey, so we'll get TikTok and Blue Bloods in the same place.
Blue Bloods?
Yeah, because that's on Paramount.
Oh,
Blue Bloods, the show.
That show that was on for 40 years that I never saw 1 second of.
Yes, to get TikTok and Blue Bloods in the same place.
Hey,
That'll be
remember,
fun.
what's his face? Was the Tom Selleck got mad? He was like, I can't believe they canceled this. Like, Tom, you had a hell of a ride. I never saw a second. You were on for like 100 years.
The longest running.
10 years longer than Magnum PI.
Be grateful. You lasted longer than Jag. That's another one I never saw. It was on forever.
That's still on, isn't it?
Nah.
Oh, no, not Jag.
Can't be.
NCIS, which I've never
NCIS.
seen.
Yes.
That's got Mark Harmon in it, doesn't it?
One of them. The other one has what? LL Cool J?
I wish we back in the
Ice-T
old
or something, yeah.
Yeah, is it?
No, it's LL Cool J.
LL Cool J, okay.
Okay, all right.
Ice-T's.
Stay in your lane, Mr. Nutrition.
I'm sorry.
SVU.
He's the
SVU,
podcast guy.
Yeah, he is the pod. I can't
He's the
argue with him.
podcast
That's
guy.
right.
Come on. All right. When we get back, I promise we're going to talk about something real. Alex Williams says there's trouble on the connector in Midtown.
We're watching it right now on the Jam Cam, Eric. 2 Hero units on scene to try to clear this stall from the center lane, 7585 southbound, just below the 17th Street Bridge. 75 south slows back in Northside Drive. 400's getting slower, leaving Lenox Road in Buckhead. Speaking of Buckhead, the early closure already in place for the Peachtree Road race. This is just part of it, but they already have Peachtree Road shut down between Lenox Road and Lenox Parkway, so just be mindful of that heading toward the 4th of July. We also have some better news on I-20 in West Atlanta, Sydney Darden.
Yeah, those brake lights are starting to let up a lot better. You are still looking at some volume though. I-20 westbound just past exit 44 to Thornton Road. That's really going to have you slow as you're making your way on towards Douglasville. This report is sponsored by the International Hot Rod Association. Nitro's back. The IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series is lighting up the track. Nitro Nation, grab your tickets now at IHRA.com. That is IHRA.com. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
When news breaks in Georgia.
I am deeply concerned about the impact that this bill may have on Georgia.
Across the U.S.
President Trump's big, beautiful bill passes the Senate.
And around the world.
The Trump administration is ending temporary protected status for hundreds of thousands of Haitian immigrants.
We've got it covered.
There are some concerns about how these changes may impact everyday Americans.
The vice president votes in the affirmative. The bill as amended is passed.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
If you're thinking about selling your home this summer, now is the time. With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can sell your home hassle-free and make the most money. Hi, this is Mark Spain. The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate's the easiest way to sell your home. Skip the hassle of costly repairs and sell your home stress-free. There's no showings, no open houses, and no waiting or wondering when your home's going to sell. Our guaranteed offer keeps you in control. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches, like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin. Book now and save up to 40% off, plus kids sail free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
It's the unsung hero of your home, your garage door. You never think about it. You just hit the button and it opens until it doesn't. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. So you're ready for a new garage door. At All Four Seasons, we offer fast service, affordable prices, and a huge selection of styles, colors, and custom features. Improve your curb appeal, lower your energy bill, secure your home, and increase your property value. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 Seasons Garages.com.
You know, I've had listeners, coworkers, friends come up and ask me, hey, Aram, what makes Advanced Hair Restoration different? Well, allow me to share, along with some details on, get this, their once-a-year summer savings event. First off, Advanced Hair stands by the results, and their before and afters are second to none. With Advanced Hair, your own natural hair guaranteed to grow. Secondly, Advanced Hair combines top-rated physicians with modern technology, creating a concierge-quality experience that's hard to find elsewhere. Finally, Advanced Hair's Advanced FUE begins regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. Quick, simple, and easy. Now, if you have a flexible schedule this summer and you've been waiting for the savings special opportunity, it's here, friends. Advanced Hair Summer Savings Event will get you the most hair for your dollar. It's their best offer ever. For details and to schedule your free consultation, call 770-660-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results. Your new hair guaranteed to grow. 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
What is All Care? All Care is expert urgent care and primary care under a single roof, offering convenience and continuity for your healthcare needs. All Care is a team of physicians and clinicians who know you and your medical history, so they can provide the personalized care you deserve. And with both family and immediate care services offered 7 days a week, All Care means seeing your doctor on your schedule. 15 convenient locations, same-day appointments, and walk-ins welcome. Remember, urgent care plus primary care equals All Care. Learn more at allcare-ga.com.
I love my home, and now I found a company that loves it as much as I do. TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. It's Chris Chandler here. These folks have done work in my home, and boy, it didn't take long to realize I could trust their expertise, their attention to detail, and what I think you'll find, just as I did, an amazing level of service. TE Certified has more than 20,000 five-star reviews, and it's been serving Atlanta for decades.
TE Certified.
Well, proving that I'm not a lawyerologist, I just said I thought it was a no-brainer that Diddy would get bail. The judge just denied him bail.
You owe Bill Crane another $1,000.
No, I do not. I honestly don't understand that. He's going. I guess we have to find out. Is he going to expedite the sentencing, or he just has to sit there for a couple of months while they wait to?
Is it a
sentence?
Is he a flight risk? Maybe.
Well, maybe he did run at first. He was like hiding in the Bahamas or something.
No, he just stood around and waited for them to come get him.
Yeah, I mean, he was in Miami, but I mean, he wasn't.
He
was hiding on TikTok. He was hiding on Instagram. He was showing.
No,
I remember
people were seeing him.
Right. Well, you're not hiding very well if people are seeing you.
Well, maybe he just wasn't good at hiding.
He's won most of this, so I don't know enough. But well, that could apply to almost everything I talk about. But, I just feel like, is the judge not? You're supposed to respect the jury. The jury basically said, we don't think this guy did the worst things that you said that he did.
Yeah. 2 counts guilty, right?
2 counts, I think, 2 or 3. But
the judge was
like
annoyed probably with all those notes that were sent to him. He's like,
it wasn't Diddy's fault.
Was this a Mann Act thing? Is that what he got convicted of? The 2 prostitutions?
I think so. Yeah.
Over state lines.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And as we know, Sheriff Buford T. Justice explained what the Mann Act was in Smokey and the Bandit. That's why he was going.
Mann Act.
Is that right after he says, "Give me a Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper, make it fast, I'm in a GT hurry."
He's shoving it in his mouth.
One of my favorite lines.
That whole movie.
The history of cinema.
Uh-huh.
Give me a Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper and make it fast, I'm in a GT hurry. Have you ever seen Smokey and the Bandit?
I have.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Dr. Joe?
No, I'm busy studying and learning things. Yeah.
You've never seen Smokey and the Bandit?
Oh, wow.
I don't think so, no.
God, my mom took me to see it in the theater when it came out.
I saw it in the theater.
Oh, wait, that
was 8
Burt Reynolds.
Oh, I did see it then.
And
okay,
the Trans Am that goes through hell and at the end doesn't have one single dent on it.
Okay, I have seen it then. All right, there.
I have seen it since we started working together. You suggested it several years ago, and I watched it, and I enjoyed it.
Autumn Fisher, have you seen Smokey and the Bandit? Of course
you
have.
How about the second one with the elephant?
Oh,
I've not seen it.
I saw that at the theater, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What about you, George Clark?
I have seen it.
Okay, all right.
We all have then, okay.
Basically surrounded by good Americans.
Yeah.
That's nice to know.
Good way to judge people.
All right, what's on the Wellness Wednesday docket?
This is in the health section of NBC News. Is everybody familiar with what Innotox is?
No, none of us are.
Well, good. You're going to learn about
I'm
it.
speaking for everyone when I say that.
Yes,
I know what it is.
It's a new social media trend where people are self-injecting Korean Botox at home.
Not a good idea.
So instead of doing
self-injecting, there.
Yeah,
right
from
there.
Korea. You're buying it online.
Yeah.
Right. Who knows
What
what's
could
in
go
this
wrong?
stuff?
Yeah.
So it's a viral craze that people are doing now, and it's cheaper than having to go to a doctor and get Botox there. You get
How
Innotox.
about this? Look in the mirror and recognize that if you want Botox, you have some level of mental illness.
Well, come on.
Some level. I said some level. Could be very low. Could be very low.
Yeah.
Could be very low. You don't have a right to be young forever. Did you know that? Did you know that? You don't have a right to that. It's not something, although you could drink a lot of water, get a lot of sleep every night, and be as healthy as you possibly could be. But if you want Botox, at some level, you're suffering from some level of mental illness.
Well, this woman,
including my friend Autumn, but I'd say with Autumn, very low level. Very low level.
It's not because I want Botox.
No. It's a symptom.
It's a symptom.
Other things.
But this one was saying she had migraine headaches, and she didn't want to keep it. She was getting Botox, and then the place she was going to switched, and it wasn't Botox brand.
Right.
So now she says, "Heck, I'll just do it myself." And you can inject it for migraine headaches. It relax. You
put it right into your brain?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
How's that work?
You forget about the headache.
How
Yeah.
does that work?
No, it works on the muscles around the head and everything like that. So
don't we have migraine other stuff that is available?
We do.
Is good.
Botox is one of the things you can do.
They also treat TMJ with it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, it relaxes the muscle.
Sure. If I
it
hate to
has
be,
other uses.
I hate to be old school, but if a doctor is doing it, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm going to be. There's not much that I'm going to be. What do you say? Self-injecting.
You don't trust
medicating. Yeah.
You don't trust
Oh,
Jim.
I self-medicate.
No, yeah.
Quite a bit.
That's different.
But not with injectables.
You don't trust Jim in his garage to self-inject?
Come on over here.
I got some Botox. I got some cans I done left out.
Sit down on that lazy boy.
Yeah. you tolerate pain well?
We'll find out.
Yeah, we will.
Alex Williams says 75 is slow through Marietta.
That is right, Eric. Actually, southbound is the slowest part this afternoon. 75 southbound on the brake lights from South Marietta Parkway, trying to ramp on to 285 right there next to Truist Park. Northbound, just sluggish up into Ackworth with 575 north tapping the brakes through the Bells Ferry curve. Roughest ride on 85 northbound to the northeast side of town is in DeKalb County from Chamblee-Tucker Road, starting in DeKalb from Chamblee-Tucker Road up to Jimmy Carter Boulevard, exit 99 in Norcross. How are things looking heading northbound on Georgia 400, Sydney Darden?
They're a little slow merging on from 285. Georgia 400 northbound, pretty much stop and go, as I said, as soon as you merge on there from the perimeter. It does seem to make a little bit of release, though, by the time you get to exit 6 to Northridge Road, and then little stop and go as well, but you're pretty free and clear as well before you reach Holcomb Bridge over towards Alpharetta. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any H system, make or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
What's the deal with your floors? They feel uneven and bouncy when you walk on them. Dave Baker, host of the Home Fix-It Show, here for AquaGuard Foundation Solutions. Sound familiar? You need to check out AquaGuard. See, AquaGuard knows these signs could point to major damage building up in your crawl space, which will only get worse over time. But don't worry, AquaGuard knows crawl spaces. They can identify your issues and repair them. Simply go to aquaguard.net now and set up a free inspection. Remember, AquaGuard.
Men, are you having problems performing in the bedroom? Do pills like Viagra and Cialis leave you feeling frustrated? Well, now, there's new hope for men who suffer from PE and ED problems. Meet Dr. Katz, a specialist in men's health.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Katz with Choice Men's Health. Regardless of your age or medical condition, Choice Men's Health can safely restore your sexual potency. Our customized solutions can eliminate your problem in just one visit. There's no pain, no surgery, and it's affordable.
Guys, don't let the anxiety over your performance get you down. We can get you back in the game. Call Choice Men's Health today to find out how you can eliminate ED on the very first visit. Call 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
Hey, if you got weekend plans, make sure your home is ready for them. I called Wise Guys Pro Wash, and boom, the house, driveway, and patio were spotless. They even cleaned the roof. I didn't even have to be home. They are truly professionals using the top equipment in the industry, and their soft washing kept my home safe and damage-free, and the results, incredible. Wise Guys has more than 2,000 five-star reviews, and I know why now. So mention me, Chris Chandler, for $70 off your next service. Book today at wiseguysprowash.com.
This is Jonathan Geller at D. Geller & Son Jewelers, and I'm so excited to invite you to our designer pop-up event July 19th and 20th. Come see extended lines of engagement rings, wedding bands, plus brand new wedding day and fashion jewelry from the top designers in the industry, our good friends at Tacori and Verragio. Both designers hand-make their jewelry in the U.S. with signature details that make each ring unique, like Verragio's handcrafted blend of the trends and looks of today with the timeless vintage beauty of the past, or Tacori's signature crescent designs that give your ring a personal artisan touch. And at D. Geller & Son, you can match up the perfect ring with a hand-selected, brilliant diamond in any size and shape, with master jewelers here to size and set your ring on site. It's a no-pressure pop-up. Just come have fun. That's the D. Geller & Son way. So don't just look for a ring. Find the perfect ring at D. Geller & Son's designer pop-up event, July 19th and 20th in Kennesaw and Sandy Springs. RSVP online at dgeller.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio with our top story. It is breaking news just into WSB. Sean Diddy Combs denied bond while awaiting sentencing in his federal sex crimes case. That decision coming hours after Combs is cleared of the most serious charges. The jury finds him not guilty of racketeering conspiracy and sex trafficking, but guilty of prostitution-related crimes. CBS's Jericka Duncan has reaction from one of the prosecution's star witnesses.
Doug Wigdor, who represents Cassie Ventura, represented her in the civil case. He said he spoke to Cassie and that she said that she was okay and that she was pleased with the results and the fact that Combs was charged with 2 federal crimes.
Prosecutors are seeking a prison sentence of 4 to 5 years. The judge will set a sentencing date at a later time. It is now 92 degrees in Atlanta, sunny with lower humidity as we head into the long weekend. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. A 3-year-old boy in East Point is rushed to the hospital after accidentally shooting himself this afternoon. Neighbor Marquita Hillman says she heard a frantic woman outside screaming and crying.
Some more adults came out, another small child, and they brought the young boy out and put him in the ambulance.
Police say they responded to a home on Hawthorne Street this afternoon where they found the boy unconscious with a single gunshot wound. The gun was next to the boy. There's no update yet on his condition. A jury in DeKalb County awards more than $13 million to 2 women sexually assaulted at a massage spa.
The women were intimately groped by an unlicensed masseur on back-to-back January days in 2021. Their attorney, Mowley Davis, says 4 of the $13 million are punitive damages against Ponce Feet Spa and its owner.
This was about profit over people and profit over public safety. She did whatever she needed to do to make her money.
The man was never charged in Atlanta but was arrested a year later after assaulting someone else in a DeKalb spa. Davis says the women feel affirmed by this verdict.
They were empowered when they took the stand. They just spoke their truth, and I think it's a part of healing.
Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
The teenager accused of killing 4 people and injuring 9 others at Appalachia High School in September last year has a new lawyer. Colt Gray now has a public defender. No trial date is set yet for Gray. His father is scheduled to go on trial in September. A Lithonia man is found guilty of all charges in a shooting last year at Lake Allatoona. A Cherokee County jury finds 44-year-old Gregory Eugene Hall Jr. guilty of shooting an unarmed man 3 times at the parking lot of the Sweetwater campground last June. The victim survived. Hall claimed self-defense, but the jury didn't buy it. He'll be sentenced July 17th. Brian Koberger pleads guilty today to the 2022 murders of 4 University of Idaho students.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes. As part of the plea deal, Koberger gives up his right to any legal appeals. He now faces life in prison without the possibility of parole. Concerning news on the spread of measles.
Measles was officially eliminated from the United States in 2000, meaning that there was no continuous sustained transmission of the disease for at least a year. But now the CDC says there are 1,267 confirmed cases in 38 states. That number is concerning because that's just 7 cases away from a new record since measles was eradicated here. There have been 27 outbreaks, meaning 3 or more related cases, and a majority of the cases, 92%, among those who are unvaccinated.
WSB Health reporter Sabrina Cupid says there have been 3 measles deaths in the U.S. so far this year. A new round of layoffs at Microsoft.
Microsoft isn't saying exactly how many workers have been let go, but does say the layoffs make up just under 4% of its workforce, which would be about 9,000 people. This is the second big round of job cuts this year. The first, back in May, affected 6,000 employees. This latest round of layoffs coming in mostly the sales and Xbox divisions.
Sherry Preston reporting Atlanta is one of Microsoft's major hubs, but it's not clear if any workers will be affected here. It is 5:34. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
And we just found new trouble in DeKalb County. Left lane crash, I-20 westbound, right at Wesley Chapel Road, exit 68, adding to what's already a rough ride back into Lithonia, starting around Evans Mill Road. Your eastbound delays are on and off the brakes from 285 for the ride out to Panola Road. And on the West Freeway, I-20 westbound, we'll call it sluggish from 285 as you make the trek out toward Thornton Road, exit 44 there in Lithia Springs. We're watching plenty of brake lights through the heart of the city, Sydney Darden.
Oh, I'll say, and it's really, really bad. If you're coming from the eastern side, I-85 southbound clogged up pretty much in both directions if you're coming down from Georgia 400 or trying to make your way over towards Spaghetti Junction. So be prepared for significant delays. And heading through Midtown, you're looking at about a 20-minute stretch to get from the top of the downtown connector anywhere towards the downtown area. Brake lights start in 75 southbound around exit 252 to Northside Drive, and from there a really, really slow crawl to the heart of the city. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Fair skies and pleasant this evening. Sunset around 9 o'clock. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s to low 80s at that time, cooling to the upper 60s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, mostly sunny with lower humidity, high near 90. Friday, mostly sunny, morning low 70, afternoon high 91. Saturday and Sunday staying dry with morning lows in the low 70s, daytime highs in the low 90s.
87 in Johns Creek, 90 in Union City, 89 in Douglasville. More news at 6 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Summer is here, so if you're thinking about selling your home, now is the time. With Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer, you can sell your home quickly and for maximum value. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. You can skip all the hassles of a traditional home sale and sell your home quickly without the stress of showings, open houses, or costly repairs. Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed all-cash offer allows you to sell your home in as little as 21 days and move when you're ready. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Hi, I'm Dustin, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. If you're shopping for an engagement ring, we want you to feel like a kid in a candy store. All of our diamonds are in stock, in-store and online, so you get to use your eyes, not your imagination. Come in and look at marquee-shaped diamonds right next to ovals and pears. As your friend and jeweler, you can trust you'll get your dream diamond at an everyday competitive price. We have the widest selection in-store and at shaneco.com, because a friend knows choosing a diamond is personal. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Summer's a time to feel and look your best, but I'm not talking about your abs or your tan. Hey guys, it's Mark Aram here. I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning during Advanced Hair's once-yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. There's absolutely no one in hair restoration I trust more than Advanced Hair. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar. Advanced Hair summer sales event on for a limited time, so get the details and schedule your free consultation today. 470-660-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results. With Advanced Hair, your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and take advantage of their best offer ever. That's 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com. 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Tell me about my history, Jared Yamamoto.
I've been part of it the whole way. I remember exactly
The
how
whole
the time.
way?
The whole. I know how the timeline.
He was the doctor who delivered me.
That's right.
Did he do open mic?
He did.
Or no, what was that called? It wasn't called open mic. It was called Mic'd Up. Yeah, you did Mic'd Up.
I sure
Oh
did.
yeah, it was his idea.
The Wiffle Bat Challenge was his idea.
My idea.
Well, that was stolen from
The news vest.
Opie and Anthony.
The news vest.
What do you got for this Dr. Joe?
Well,
Because
you
he's
were-
not here just to,
Just to listen to you
Ogle.
guys. Just want to be in your aura.
Yeah,
your
we just like to
space.
ogle you.
Yes, thank you. I
I
appreciate
think
that.
in the last half hour you were trying to lead Dr. Joe to the story here because apparently eating dairy, especially late in the day, could trigger intense nightmares.
No, I don't get. We've always heard this kind of stuff about the food that you eat. Like even you go back to Christmas Carol.
Right.
He's like, you're just some undigested piece of
bit of potato.
Yeah. So with the
Underdone potato.
ghosts. So this idea has been around for a while that
Yes.
if you eat before you go to bed, you can have wild dreams and I
Yes.
guess then maybe nightmares. But is this some sort of thing like dairy or something like that?
Yeah.
That's the nightmare one?
Well, it says any food really, but dairy because there's lactose and a lot of people don't digest it well because we don't have an enzyme called lactase which digests lactose,
I
and
know
so
that.
a lot of people
Get an enzyme.
get an enzyme. Yeah.
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 If I want to eat a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch at 11 o'clock at night, I'm going to do it.
No, I'm not saying there's not going to be a law against it, but you might have a wild
might have an
nightmare.
issue, yeah.
I don't know.
A wild nightmare.
That's right. It's a Genesis song, Scenes from a Night's Dream. Right. There you go. Off the Then There Were Three album. I've got a little Genesis background
Oh,
there.
look at that. You're trying to impress.
Boom. Yeah.
Big
So-
deal.
So why would the food make you have stranger night?
Well,
We don't even know what dreams are.
Right,
We
yeah.
start saying that dairy is causing nightmares.
Well, it causes an inflammatory reaction. The dairy does, and
Yeah.
inflammation becomes systemic, goes into your brain, and then somehow it's altering the brain. But we're not sure how it helps.
So that's why
That's the point right there. We're not sure.
we have a correlation. Yes.
And no, it
Uh-huh.
makes sense. I've been eating ice cream before bed, and this is
That's smart.
And yeah, it's
Very
not-
smart.
And now I've been having the wildest dreams, not nightmares, but wild
Yeah, just
dreams.
wild, crazy stuff. Yeah, and also you should go to bed on an empty stomach because
Yeah.
you should sleep and your body detoxifies and your glymphatic system kicks in when you sleep, which cleanses out your brain.
You have a little bit of what's that called with the oh my goodness, the fasting, the intermittent fasting.
Intermittent fasting.
8 hours of sleep is in and of itself a sort of intermittent fasting.
Yeah, but you want to go about 12 hours.
Yeah.
It's the best intermittent
I
fasting.
used to be really good at that, and now I'm getting bad about the
Oh, see,
late night snacks.
I'm very seldom. Unless I'm going out to dinner or something. I'm
But we don't really, we don't know what dreams are. I think most of it happens in the last 4.5 seconds before you wake up, even if you think you've been dreaming for an hour or something.
It's like, and you never know when a dream starts, right? You always know like you're in it, but you don't know how it started. So it's very weird stuff to dreams,
Yeah, I think it's, and we've been told that people have been acting like they know what dreams are forever. Well, it's just your body sorting things out, your mind is throwing, we don't know that.
Or how about a dream
somebody's
book?
notion.
Yeah. You dream about fire, well, that means, based on what?
No, it turns out there's only like 7 dreams.
Oh, yeah?
Essentially, I mean, they have different, based on who you know and what you. But as far as types, apparently there's only like 7 dreams. It doesn't matter where you're born, where you live, whatever. There's only like 7 types of dreams.
I figured it's my brain just going through the defragment process.
Well, that's what we've been told.
Right. Yeah.
That's what we've been told. But the best
disc cleanup, brain
the best
cleanup.
theory I've heard about it is that it's a physiological thing in order to keep your eyeballs completely in charge, because before electric light, when it got dark, it was dark, dark, dark. And then when you went to sleep, I've mentioned this before, blind people talk about how they get a better sense of hearing.
Right, yeah.
But it comes out of there. It's like the brain goes, well, you're not using this, so we'll use it for this other sense. And so dreams are just a way for this photo light thing to happen in order to keep the other senses out. And it's like, because it used to be once the sun went down and then you went to sleep, you were in darkness for half of the day.
But they had fires and full moons.
They had, in the very beginning, they would have to come across a fire, and until they learned how to harness fire. And so there were plenty of years in evolutionary history where there wasn't fire. Yeah, there's full moons, but the world was a whole hell of a lot darker.
Yes.
And the idea that if you're not using your optic stuff, that some other sense will go, well, this isn't being used, and take it over. That's the best notion or theory that I've heard about it. I think we know very little about dreams. I mean, Sigmund Freud deserves applause for all the questions and stuff, but you don't know what the hell they are. Carl Jung's writing books like, well, if you dreamed this, it means that. How the hell does anybody know that?
That's the whole thing. It's
There's
based
no
on
way.
what?
Yeah. There's no way to know. Like I say, I'm not, Freud advanced an awful lot with, what's going on in the mind, not the brain necessarily, but the mind. But the idea that you can draw conclusions like it's the kind of science that, you can land on a comet 7 months after taking off. It's not that kind of science.
Yeah.
What about the sexy dreams? You
Sexy-
can watch those YouTube videos. Dream lucid sexy dreams.
Does it work?
I don't know. Never tried. I'm too scared to listen to those things.
So you think you'll be hypnotized and then you'll be...
Get up and jump off a bridge.
Yeah.
Sexy dreams are usually just like repressed stuff, right? Things that you won't...
Get older. When you were young, you had a lot of them. Now you
You're
get
laying
old,
next.
it's like,
You're laying next to your wife, and all of a sudden you start, talking sexy about the lady who lives next door. That's just because you can't say that in front of your wife while you're awake.
That's right, yeah. I had a dream that Mark Aram was a priest the other day.
Really?
And he was in a church, and I said, Mark's a priest. He's
Hey,
Jewish.
buddy, time for the Eucharist.
Well, there you go. You're just jumbling things around.
Yeah.
Who's going to explain that?
Yeah, right. What does that mean?
There's no
Yeah.
explaining
I
that.
don't know. So, but anyway, don't do dairy. Shouldn't do dairy anyway. But if you do
Ever.
it, make sure it's organic. Don't
Every
do it
time I
before
say
bed.
that to my wife, she says, we have skim milk. And I say, I know Dr. Joe's got an argument against this,
I
but
do.
I just don't know what it is.
Okay.
What's
water.
the argument?
Well, it still has
well,
the
a little
steroids
fist-
and hormones, and the high omega-6 fatty acids less because it's less fat.
Yeah.
But it still has casein. You need renin to break down casein. We don't
I knew
produce
that.
renin. You need lactose to break down lactase. We
Not
don't have
telling me anything
lactose.
I don't know.
So that's
But what
why.
if instead of a bowl of ice cream, what if like a coffee cup of ice cream before bed?
Less is better.
It's
okay.
so nice.
I
though.
know.
So nice
But
to
you
go, though.
could,
Just a little
you
bit.
could do almond
Summertime.
ice cream. You could do soy ice cream. You even got soft serve now. Several places have
Well, this guy
vegan
gets
soft
up
serve.
and he runs and rides
Yeah,
his
I do work out
bicycle all
more.
around. But that doesn't
Yeah.
mean it's still not good to be eating ice cream before you go to bed.
I know
Right?
it's something that
Just 'cause
started
it's a
this
bad
week.
habit. It's a
It
bad
started
habit.
this week, and I know that I'm starting to crave it.
Yeah.
And when I'm like,
That's what I was
oh.
going to ask Dr. Joe.
Yes.
It's like we were talking about before. It's like he does all these things. And I'm like, yeah, but what's wrong with every once in a while
Right.
having an ice cream cone?
Right. You can handle a little bit, but again, once you have a little,
Yeah. I'm asking you if this is your fear,
Yes.
that you would enjoy it,
No.
and then a week later you'd want another
No.
one, and then a week later you want another one.
No.
Why not have a nice ice cream cone twice a year.
Because I made a commitment to myself 40 years ago I wouldn't do it. And
Yeah.
I'm a man of my word. That's the difference.
Yeah, but you're only breaking your word with yourself.
But that's it. I got to look
Then
in the
it'll
mirror.
lead to him lying to other people.
That's
Is
right.
that what happened?
That's how it starts.
We're not going to tell anybody, Dr. Joe.
Oh,
It's
my
fine.
friend. I had a friend one time. He said, "I'll take you anywhere in the world. I'll pay for the whole trip if you have a steak when you get there."
Yeah, and you
And
said
I
no.
said no. There you go. Because I made a commitment to myself, and I'm a man. I'm
Well, see,
Italian.
unlike you,
Yeah.
I'm principled, and I
Yes.
understand that if I can't lie to myself, I won't be able to lie to others.
Right. So
You should have said yes and gone to India because you wouldn't get a steak.
Oh, damn it. And he's dead now. I can't even take him up on it.
Dig him up. Alex Williams says there's a crash on I-20 in DeKalb.
That's right. It is involving a tractor trailer, and it knocks out the left lane, I-20 westbound. This is inbound as you head through Decatur, trying to head toward downtown. I-20 westbound at Wesley Chapel Road, exit 68. The ride is stacked and packed back toward Evans Mill Road in Lithonia. If you're traveling I-20 eastbound in DeKalb County, the brake lights find you in the work zone from 285 for the ride out to Panola Road, exit number 71. How's I-20 over there on the west side of town, Sydney Darden?
Well, it's a lot better than the east side. I can tell you that. Coming off 285, you are going to be brake tapping just a little bit on 20 westbound until you reach exit 49 to Fulton Industrial Boulevard. After that, on and off the brake pedal past the factory shows past exit 44 to Thornton Road, but it is a clear ride towards Douglasville. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
You're by the pool.
You're relaxing.
You're sipping a drink.
Someone brings you a towel.
Adjust the umbrella.
Sound like a fantasy?
It's not if you win $1,000 from WSB.
It's WSB's $1,000 Thursdays tomorrow.
Listen for the keyword at 9, 10, and 11 a.m. and 12, 1, 2, and 3 p.m.
Enter the keyword at WSBRadio.com or the WSB app within that hour, and you could win $1,000. Get all the info at WSBRadio.com.
$1,000 Thursdays
from 95.5 WSB.
where Atlanta wins.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Summer is peak hosting season, right? Don't let a grimy house keep you from having company over. It's Chris Chandler, and Wise Guys Pro Wash got my place clean and bright and guest ready in just one day. They handled everything, house and deck, driveway, even my dirty roof, and their soft wash kept everything safe. No paint peel, no damage, just clean. If you got people coming over this summer, be sure Wise Guys Pro Wash comes by first. Mention me, Chris Chandler, for $70 off at wiseguysprowash.com. Book now before they fill up.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
All right. Now, the next story is, if you have kids in the car, you might want to talk really loud. But this is science.
Should I say it really fast?
This is science now. Just go ahead.
All right, CNN Health. Scientists have discovered microplastics in human semen.
There's just, well, you can have little plastic babies.
That's right. Little Barbie
Little
dolls.
dollies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
little dolls. Little G.I. Joes, yeah. So.
Maybe it's part of our evolution. We'll be like Elastic Man and just be able to stretch.
Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah.
That could be.
So this is just because it's in everything. Plastics are all around us, obviously, through like osmosis or whatever. They just get into all the foods that we're.
Not through osmosis.
Well, doesn't it just leak through?
Just sucking through our bodies? But it's in food. It's in water bottles. You're drinking out of plastic bottles. If you have heat in it, if you have a styrofoam cup, you get microplastics in there, and you get endocrine
use
disruptors.
A plastic cutting board. It's
The plastic cutting boards,
cut.
it's everywhere. We get about a credit card a week, I think I heard that we get about
A credit card a week?
Yeah, we get a lot of plastic.
Well, we must
in
have
our
washed a
bodies.
lot of that out, or otherwise.
Well, some of it
we'd be-
flushes out, but
Yeah.
it builds up in the brain, builds up in the semen, builds up in the follicular fluid, which is the fluid.
Oh my goodness,
Yes.
your follicular fluid.
Yeah,
And make you go bald, right?
No, that's follicles. That's follicular fluid is eggs.
Oh,
Autumn-
follicle. Okay.
Follicle is
My
follicular.
follicles.
Yes,
are
Autumn
full of
has that on her eggs.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, there's nothing we can do about it now, right? I
Well,
mean, there's nothing we can do about it now. Let's say I stopped eating everything
Right.
that had anything, ever touched a piece of plastic
Right.
at this point in my life. My brain and my you-know-what is still going to be full of plastic babies.
But you're getting rid of you-know-what, and the brain has the lymphatic system that we talked about to flush itself out.
Sure.
And so it can cleanse itself, And high-fiber diets are important. Making sure your liver's working properly, that's important, and that's how we get the plastic out of our system. So.
No, I don't believe it.
You don't believe it?
No, I just think that
More plastic.
we're surrounded by it so much. I mean, it's just amazing. I think that it's hilarious to me that people act like they care about this because there's just more plastic every year, and I
Yes.
don't know if it's good or bad. I'm not talking about the human. I'm just, the planet, whatever. I
Right.
don't know because the planet to me is on a billions of years system, not
Right,
the last
yeah.
100 years. That's the way that I see it. So I don't really know. But it's not good for your body, I would think, to have plastics
Right, it's-
all over. But I just don't. They're just everywhere. They're in everything.
You ever see those people that drag those big things along a beach and they have holes in them and
Yeah.
you turn it over and you can look through the stuff and
Yeah.
try to find stuff. Most of the stuff they find that's bigger than the sand are these little things of plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's in every.
It's everywhere
everywhere,
all the
yes.
time. It was a miracle when it came out because you used to have to throw everything away. And or they would break, like in hospitals. I think they had like glass
Oh, it was
tubes
amazing.
for everything.
But that's the thing,
you know.
too. Even with IV now, it's in a plastic bag, and we're finding that the plastic is getting into the IV,
course it
into
is.
our body. So
And that wouldn't be osmosis. That's just leakage.
that's just leakage. yeah.
Osmosis is when something is next to each other,
Right.
And
And
they
it-
like go through and
It
they
absorbs.
absorbs.
Right? Yeah. No, this is just
This
leakage.
is just
yeah.
leakage.
Mhm. But plastic water bottles, I don't drink out of plastic water bottles anymore.
Yeah, I shouldn't.
I know
No
you
plastic
shouldn't.
Tupperware.
If it's cold, like a
Only
lettuce-
glass Tupperware.
glass
for Autumn.
Tupperware.
I
yeah.
switched to all glass storage.
Glassware.
Good.
I saw a TikTok, Dr. Joe, this week that said that you actually get more plastics from a non-plastic cup than you would.
Wait a minute, how can you get more plastics from something that
Yeah,
doesn't have
that's-
plastic?
I know.
in it?
It was crazy. It said that like
That's
glass
wrong.
cups
Don't
are just as bad, and so are these kind of cups. These
Yeah, but
like
those
these
are
tumblers.
plastic. But that's plastic.
But it's better than even like the plastic bottle. It's even worse than the plastic bottle.
Brought to you by Nestle.
Yeah.
I don't know how a
said that?
plastic cup
Plastic
would be
manufacturers
worse.
of
I'm going to
America.
find this TikTok.
I don't see how
Okay.
that could be worse.
And it's on
because
TikTok, so it must be right.
Yeah, exactly.
problem with,
I heard if
she
you
knew
don't
what she
eat
was talking about.
chocolate, then you get more addicted.
Yes, yeah.
The more heroin you do,
That you don't do.
Oh, that's why. So we're all addicts then.
I
right?
mean, I've never had a fix in my life, and I want one so badly
exactly.
right now.
Uh-huh.
I'm
And
white
that's-
knuckling it through everything.
Listen,
I'm
Chip,
white knuckling
just
it through
Chip.
life.
Listen, this young TikToker was in her 20s and she was very convincing.
Okay,
she
well,
told me
she must be
explained
telling the
plastic
truth.
bottles.
She was bouncing
were
when she
better.
was talking
And then
about
she
it.
Yeah,
said
that might
take-
have had a bearing on it. Yeah, she
Then
had
she
a
said take
trampoline.
methylene
I would
blue
ask
and ivermectin. and-
Every
Yeah.
female influencer on TikTok should be asked one question: were you ever in line for a Stanley Cup? If the answer is yes, I don't want to hear anything
don't
else
like
you ever
hockey.
said. Yeah.
They don't have microplastics.
I don't watch hockey. So.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
All right.
yeah,
well,
that-
you
that
knew. How did you know what a
She
Stanley
knew.
Cup
There you
was?
go. That's
Ah.
right.
My uncle made me watch it.
How about that one, ladies? You just don't care about it anymore. Maybe you're frivolous. Maybe you're fickle.
Ooh,
Maybe you
I
don't
agree
think
with you,
about
but
much.
I don't like you saying ladies.
Ladies, well,
Oh,
how
she's
many?
offended,
How
yeah.
many men were in line that weren't getting them for their ladies?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, some things are just true. Hey, ladies, what are you all excited and talking to each other about now? Is there a new cup?
There is. There is a new
Of course there is, because there's always a new idiot. All right, Dr. Joe, what
Yes.
do you? How do we get more Dr. Joe?
Sunday nights right here, 8 to 10. Tune in. We take your calls. I cover for Shelly sometimes, cover for you sometimes.
Yeah.
My website, drjoe.com. We have over 4,000 hours of content you could search. And if you want to make an appointment or have any health questions at all, send it to me through my website, drjoe.com.
Dr. Joe says he covers for me. I call him my beard. Alex Williams says there's a stall on 85 in Doraville.
Yeah, it's 85 northbound, just before or almost right at I-285, exit 95 there in Spaghetti Junction. Hero unit just getting on the scene. It's in the second left lane. It's going to have to hold all lanes to move this one off to the right. Once you get past that, it stays slow up into Norcross toward Indian Trail Road with roughest part of 400 northbound, still in Sandy Springs, tapping that brake pedal. 400 northbound from Abernathy up toward Northridge Road, exit 6. Still watching that crash on I-20 in DeKalb County, Cindy Darden.
Yeah, westbound just near exit 68 to Wesley Chapel. It's involving a tractor trailer and causing quite a bit of delays all the way back through Stonecrest, even past exit 71 to Panola Road, even past your exit to Turner Hill. So you may want to do yourself a favor, hop off on Covington Highway instead and use that as an alternate, but you will encounter some delays there as well. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
It's officially time for Zero Res's annual summer sale. Take advantage and get 15% off all cleaning services. Mention Chris Chandler to secure this deal today or book online at ZeroResAtlanta.com. Zero Res. All they leave is clean.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LIKE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LIKE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LIKE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
You know, I've had listeners, coworkers, friends come up and ask me, hey, Aram, what makes Advanced Hair Restoration different? Well, allow me to share, along with some details on, get this, their once-a-year summer savings event. First off, Advanced Hair stands by their results, and their before and afters are second to none. With Advanced Hair, your own natural hair guaranteed to grow. Secondly, Advanced Hair combines top-rated physicians with modern technology, creating a concierge-quality experience that's hard to find elsewhere. Finally, Advanced Hair's Advanced FUE begins regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. Quick, simple, and easy. Now, if you have a flexible schedule this summer and you've been waiting for the savings special opportunity, it's here, friends. Advanced Hair Summer Savings Event will get you the most hair for your dollar. It's their best offer ever. For details and to schedule your free consultation, call 770-660-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results. Your new hair guaranteed to grow. 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
What you walk on in your home should be wonderful.
Hi, I'm Michael, proud founder of Authentic Hardwood Flooring. Your summer vacation is going to be awesome, but coming home to those floors won't be. While you're gone, let our highly trained installers transform your space. Just imagine coming home to beautiful new floors. Our promise is to make your flooring process painless. Our focus is to make it perfect.
Authentic Hardwood Flooring offers high-quality craftsmanship with an exceptional customer experience. AuthenticHardwoodFlooring.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by the Lloyd Advisory Group. Our top story, bond denied for Sean Diddy Combs.
CBS News special report. Sean Diddy Combs will stay behind bars. A judge has declined to grant him bail while he awaits sentencing in his sex crimes case. Legal analyst Jessica Levinson.
The judge is citing to the defense attorney's own statements during the case
that Sean Combs is a violent person. But of course, the defense said that doesn't mean he's guilty of racketeering.
While Combs was acquitted of sex trafficking and racketeering, he was convicted of 2 federal prostitution-related offenses that carry a maximum sentence of 10 years. CBS New York's Jennifer Bisram is outside the courthouse where she says it's
very quiet. It's still unclear if the crowd here knows that the bail for Sean Diddy Combs has been denied. He will no longer walk out of the courthouse doors today. Instead, he will stay incarcerated.
Judge says he'll get 10 months credit for time served. She's proposed an October 3rd sentencing date. CBS News Special Report. I'm Stacey Lynn.
90 degrees in Atlanta. The threat of storms is gone for a while. Will it be a sunny 4th of July weekend? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. This just in, a 3-year-old boy dies after accidentally shooting himself at a home in East Point this afternoon. Neighbor Marquita Hillman didn't hear the shot but knew it was a dire situation.
A woman was outside very frantic and hysterical, just screaming and crying.
Police say they responded to a home on Hawthorne Street where they found the boy unconscious with a single gunshot wound. The gun was next to the boy. The DEA intercepts a massive load of drug-hiding cucumbers on their way to Metro Atlanta.
DEA Atlanta just stopped 700 pounds of methamphetamine in packages slim enough to slip inside a file folder from leaving its layover in Gainesville. Acting Special Agent in Charge Jay Chung tells me it's not unusual for cartels to hide drugs and produce.
But in this particular case, they went the extra mile. They put in the extra effort to actually break the meth down into smaller quantities and actually glue them in the 4 corners of the boxes.
It's worth $4.5 million on the street. 2 men were arrested when they arrived to pick up the tractor trailer, and 30,000 cukes were trashed. At DEA Atlanta headquarters, Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
The teen accused in the Appalachia High School shooting last September has a new lawyer.
15-year-old Colt Gray is facing a number of charges, including multiple counts each of malice murder, felony murder, aggravated assault, and first-degree cruelty to children. 2 students, 2 teachers killed in that shooting last September, 9 others injured. We have learned that public defender Latoya Williams has now filed the paperwork to take over the case. She's replacing Alfonso Kraft Jr., who had been representing Gray since last year. No word on why the change was made. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Big news for children's health care in Atlanta. Shriners Children's is establishing a new hub for research, which will be located at Georgia Tech's Science Square Labs. Dr. Mark Lalonda, Vice President for Research at Shriners, says this is a major development.
It really improved children's health care. And not only at Shriners, around the world.
The $153 million facility will employ 470 people when it opens. Each year, Shriners provides care to thousands of children. A section of Peachtree Road in Buckhead is now closed with the 56th running of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution Peachtree Road Race in just 2 days. Atlanta Track Club CEO Rich Kanah says it's because they have moved the race expo to Lenox Square this year.
So we've got some giant oversized climate-controlled tents in the Lenox Square surface lots. So we're bringing 40 to 50,000 people to Buckhead over the next 2 days to pick up their race number.
The road will remain closed through Friday morning between Lenox Parkway and Lenox Road, with additional closures and detours on race morning, July 4th. Now your WSB Money Update. It is a mixed day for investors. The Dow finishing the day down 10 points. The S&P is up 29. The NASDAQ gains 190 points on the day. It is now 6:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, Triple Team Traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Got a hot mess over on the east side perimeter, Bill. Literally a car fully engulfed in flames. 285 northbound, the outer loop, right at the Indian Creek MARTA station exit. That's exit 42 north of Covington Highway. Fire department just arriving on scene. They're blocking the right lane, so that's quickly going to slow the ride back toward I-20. Where on 285 north before I-20, there's a stall in the second left lane just past Flat Shoals, exit 48. And also staying in DeKalb County, crash still in the left lane in the Decatur area. 20 westbound Wesley Chapel Road, exit 68. I think we got some better news on I-85 up around Spaghetti Junction, Sydney Darden.
A little bit. That stalled vehicle that was in the center lane, I-85 northbound, just before exit 95 to merge onto 285, going towards Gwinnett County and Spaghetti Junction. It's now off to the shoulder, but those delays are still lingering again on I-85 northbound. No relief until you reach exit 99 to Jimmy Carter Boulevard. From then, you're going to be on and off that brake pedal until you reach that 316 I-85 split. And again, I-85 still has some volume leaving Sugarloaf Parkway, making your way towards Swanee. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Clear skies and pleasant this evening. Sunset around 9 o'clock. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s to low 80s at that time, cooling to the upper 60s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, mostly sunny with lower humidity, high near 90. Friday, mostly sunny, morning low 70, afternoon high 91. Saturday and Sunday staying dry with morning lows in the low 70s, daytime highs in the low 90s.
87 in Sandy Springs, 89 in Loganville, 89 in Hampton. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
That's right, Caiaccio. Wave those fingers high and proud, all four of them, because hour 4 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. Who's snickering?
I did. 'Cause it sounds like he only has 4 fingers.
Well, no,
he
doesn't
say all 4 fingers.
Yeah, all 4 fingers.
He does have 5. He does. I'll let you know that Bill Caiaccio,
Thumbless Bill is what we call
as fond of the July 4th fireworks as he is.
He puts his 4
He has
toes
all
up,
5.
too. He's always putting his
He
4
learned
toes
a
up.
valuable lesson that night.
I meant the 4 that I saw. Watch it, Tim Andrews.
Hey, I didn't say
I
it.
see your. I see your
You
face.
can watch my brain.
I can watch your. Yes, I've known you for a long time.
I can smell your
I don't
brain.
think dirty
I can
anymore.
smell your brain, and it smells dirty to me, pal.
Well, that might be my underwear.
Somebody else I've known. Well, you're sitting
did
on
I
your brains
say
in the
to
cab
you?
all day long. Sorry, Autumn, I stepped on you there. What did you have to say?
Oh, no. I
Huh?
was saying something for Tim mostly.
Oh,
you
not
can
for the
text me.
audience? Is that what you weren't saying stuff for the audience? You were saying stuff for Tim.
I said, what
Who do you
did
serve?
Eric say to you in the next cell? He said, I can smell your brain.
Oh, she's doing a quote from Silence of the Lambs.
Is Greg eating? I'm hearing somebody eating. So I'm hearing all kinds of things.
Who's
that
eating?
I don't know. I'm hearing like,
Greg would never do that.
Greg, would you eat on the air? Is it possible?
No, I was muted. My mic was muted, so it
Okay.
definitely wasn't me. So
It was
somebody reveal themselves.
Autumn,
Autumn.
was it you?
I'm not eating.
Somebody was eating. I heard something. Are those oranges? Is somebody burning oranges?
Yes.
I'm hearing and smelling new things.
I'm cooking oranges in a bowl of hair.
Yeah, that's not very pleasant.
No.
Greg Russ, have you ever had a bowl full of hair?
Yeah.
I like the fact you have to think about it. That's nice. Most people would know straight up whether or not they'd had a bowl of hair.
I ordered a ramen soup once that had several hairs in it. I think there were 3 of them, so I would consider that a bowl full of hair.
I was at a burger joint once years and years and years ago, about 2 o'clock in the morning. I'd already eaten the burger, and then I picked up the a little bit of little garnish, and there was a fly that was almost dead. It wasn't dead. It had obviously
A dying fly.
it died on the grill because it was half grilled. And
Oh, good.
Was it
was
still
a little
twitching?
yeah, it was kind of twitching.
Oh, cool.
They
But I
killed
mean,
the
I don't-
bacteria on it.
Huh?
They killed the bacteria on it.
Yeah.
The heat, so it was edible.
Well, I didn't eat it, but I'd already had the burger, and in my mind, I'm like, do I
Well, it's
complain?
eggs.
Do I complain
It's
about
eggs.
this? What good is
Yeah,
this?
you could have gotten a free burger.
I don't do that. Actually, I think I did complain, and so I was with a friend, and they gave me my meal for free. Now, don't you think in that situation where you've grossed everybody out, there's another potential customer there, you would just pick up the whole thing for the table?
Yeah,
There's only 2
typically.
of us. It wasn't like there was 8 of us.
I wouldn't
Was it a
do that.
corporate restaurant or?
It was, I can't quite remember. It was something along the lines
If it
of
was
a
a
big
chain,
boy.
they
kind
won't
of-
do that.
Yeah,
They'll
it was a
only take
chain of
the
some
Blackstone Inn.
It was not the Blackstone Inn. Is that some kind of private equity joke for?
Yeah.
Oh, very good. I think didn't make me laugh, but it made me think.
Made you think.
And that's really what humor
That's the
is all
important
about,
thing, right?
Exactly. Right, Greg?
Exactly.
What is with you? You sound like you don't have a lot of energy today. What's going on?
No,
with
that's
you?
not. I'm just letting you do your thing.
Okay, I understand. But,
Just sitting back for the time being.
just sitting back, relaxing, waiting for me
Dance,
to.
Greg, dance.
Well, that's what we're here to do, to dance for our audience. They
Why
tune
don't
in.
you dance?
They tune in and they say, "Hey, you monkeys, dance," and that's our job to dance for them. So, Greg Russ, your particular dance is called "Stories from Studio B1."
I was just waiting until I was on stage.
All right.
I
Well,
was
you're,
standing there. You guys had your solo dances or your duets.
well, you just hate
whatever it is.
you hate the world, don't you? You just don't like people. I think that's what it is. You just don't like people. Still, at this age. What are you,
Do
57?
you think over these years any feelings towards humanity would have gotten better? You think they would have gone in that direction?
Mine have on individuals. Individuals
is different.
Okay.
I get along with many people.
Yes.
Any people that I meet, not every person, but many people that I meet, I get along with. But humanity in general, my God, what a mess.
No, look around. I got to agree with you. It's just, we're good in 2s and 3s, but once you get, I used to say once you get more than 10 people together, I think now it's like 4. It's really, but you get more than 4 people together, somebody's going to bring up Trump, and then somebody else is going to have the opposite opinion, and then your whole evening is going to go that way, which is, wow, I don't get enough of that.
I was just thinking about that because one of the stories I have is about how a scientist is warning that the shortest day in history is coming. The Earth's rotation is speeding up by 1.3 milliseconds. We'll get to that. I went to the comment section. It immediately went to Trump.
Of
course. Blame
Trump's doing
blame
this.
the American voters.
We're gonna make
because
it a
they
lot
voted
shorter.
in Trump. I don't.
Well, I think Trump's idea is he wants to add days to the calendar. So you got to speed up the day.
Speed it up. We'll have 10 days a week.
Well, it makes sense. There's too many holidays. So
Yeah.
what do? You
Start
add more
letting
days.
toddlers work.
What was
people
their
can't help
angle
themselves.
in general? How did they work Trump into the Earth is accelerating?
It just said, let me go to it. Blame it on the American people who overwhelmingly voted for President Donald J. Trump. So maybe they're on Trump's side. I don't know what the tone is, but either way, why? Why can't you stay away from
Here's
politics?
what social media did. It convinced a lot of dumb people to let other people know how they feel. Like it used to be that a lot of smart people weren't heard. That isn't good. And when I say smart, I mean like 9th grade level. Like smart people who read a book, and before social media, unfortunately, a lot of smart people weren't heard because you had to be a big J journalist or whatever. And so there's a reform that comes along, and now all of a sudden, hey, in the beginning, we get to hear from some smart people who never had a platform before. But now, everybody's got the platform, and most people aren't smart. Have you noticed?
That's the problem.
Except
Everyone
for
thought
our
it was going to be a
audience.
good thing. Everyone's got the platform to speak now. This is amazing. No, what people don't realize is that they shouldn't be speaking.
I hate this, you dumbass.
Don't you remember in your life how many people you tried to get away from at a party?
Yes.
They all have a platform now.
And they all
have
actually
something to say.
believe what they have to say is thoughtful,
Yeah.
that it matters. I realize that me being on the show is pretty ridiculous. I have nothing to say.
Me being on the show is pretty ridiculous. I mean, I do have something to say, but I've long since gotten over the idea that I could have any effect on anything. When I was 35 and 40, I was like, "Hey, listen, I'm smarter. I'm all I got to do is let you know what's really going on, and we'll change things." Now, the world is run by lunatics who have a lot of power, and I'm never going to change anything about that. So, in a way, this feels like an exercise in futility, coming in here with a microphone and saying, "Well, I think it's this way." Who cares what I think?
How many of these people, though, actually think that they can inflict some kind of change? And do they care about inflicting change? I think they just think it's important that people hear what I have to say because that will let those people know who I am. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
And what if they scream?
Do
Though?
not care.
What if they scream and cry when they're in a car and they do a reverse camera post?
How come sometimes
Well, that's
they're
impactful? Yeah.
Sometimes they're in the back seat
Yeah.
of their like minivan.
Oh, they're probably in an Uber.
Oh, is that what's going on?
Driving the
least
Uber
it's
driver
safe.
insane.
Well, at least it's safe. At least there's somebody else driving the car.
It's never safe if an idiot is opining on something.
Yes. Oh my God, guys! Right now, I just went to Lenox Mall, and you won't believe what happened to me.
Yes.
Hey, if it's one take, though, I'll at least give them credit. How about those people that stop after every 3 words to
Oh,
piece
I
together
know.
their thought, and they're in different locations because they're walking? It's like, what does this take you, an hour?
Yeah, the walking
to say
thing.
3 sentences?
The walking thing. It's annoying. Why are you walking around your neighborhood to tell me this? With a stupid selfie stick.
His wife wouldn't let him do it in the house.
Talk about you're telling Greg that he hates the world.
No, I'm
You're
commiserating.
like, oh, the stupid people on the stupid.
I'm commiserating with him.
Okay.
They're
But we're not getting smarter. Can anybody say that we're getting smarter? We're not getting smarter.
Depends on the skill set.
What, like playing video games?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a lot better at that.
For sure.
No, it's not even. That doesn't even matter anymore. I brought this up. Well, it doesn't matter. I recorded a podcast earlier with Autumn. But
Oh, yeah. Are you guys
brought
still
up the
doing
fact-
that?
There are video games, the phone games, but there's no skill involved. This Monopoly Go game where you can't even get good at the game and there's no real strategy.
They're
scams.
scams.
You just press a button and it rolls dice and it's rigged. That thing has made over $5 billion in less than 5 years.
That's called idiot money. And you and I should have been thinking about this 20 years ago. How are we going to make money off the idiots? Wow, there's an awful lot of idiots. How can I make money? We all should have thought like P.T. Barnum. You know, like, how can I scam? Not scam in the sense that I'm going to call you up and tell you that your Social Security check is whatever. Not that kind of scam, but just convince somebody to buy something that has no value whatsoever.
A freemium game has zero value at all.
Yeah, so you get it for free, but in order to do anything, you have to pay and pay and pay and pay.
And
it
the things
helps
that
me
you it's like, oh,
disassociate.
What's
I need
that?
it.
What?
It helps me disassociate, and I need it.
Yeah, well, it's also going to disassociate you from your bank account.
Why not play some?
That's future me's
Why
problem.
not play some chess or something like that? You know, that's
Online
nice.
chess.
That's
Well, if
easy.
you want to go first, you have to pay.
That's easy to
That's
do
right.
on a phone.
I have Chess Plus.
Well, I don't know how to play chess, so
I don't either.
The app will teach you.
I'm terrible at checkers. What are the odds that I'm going to come out to be a chess whiz?
you can figure out how to play chess. Now, would you be good at it? No, but it's not difficult
Yeah,
to
you gotta
learn the different
practice.
moves.
My daughter can play chess.
I have one. Whoop-dee-doo.
Whoa.
Autumn, that's an interesting observation.
I saw that your daughter was graduating from, I don't know, elementary school or something.
Yeah.
And what is she, like 7 foot tall or something? Was that just the angle of it? She's 11. She looks like she's 17 or something.
She's super tall.
Oh, goodness. Well,
Yep.
pretty
Is that the
soon.
one
Won't
where
be
she's
long.
wearing
Won't
that-
be long before Autumn walks into the bedroom on a Saturday night, and there's the window left half open. She thought
I'll
her
know.
daughter was sleeping, and she's out there. Like Eric von Hessler was able to do all kinds of things because he was tall. So you better
yeah,
watch it.
She's tall. She's real tall.
Better watch it. People let you get away with stuff when you're tall.
And people think Pete is already, like 10.
Yeah.
He's
So-
only going into third
And
grade.
you need to get him playing football.
Football.
Get outta
He's
here.
too soft. He's too soft for that.
You
He
can
plays
teach him.
lacrosse.
His dad's
sort
a
of,
thinker. He's
not
got.
well.
He doesn't do it well. Is he uncoordinated?
He doesn't know that he's so big.
Oh, so he
So
just
it's like, get him on the line.
So it's the.
I'm like,
have to do
dude, you
much.
could just check every little
Yeah.
stick boy out there.
Yeah.
You're gigantic.
They don't allow
He's like,
that, though.
"Nah."
That's
Teach him
what you
golf. Teach him
At
golf.
that age, I don't think if you checked anyone, you'd be
Yeah,
kicked
teach him
out of the
golf.
game.
You
Well,
know
you
how
know
to-
what I mean. Just at least just like bump him.
You know how to
out of the
teach
way,
him. You know how to teach him golf? You just say, "Hey, you see that ball? Put it in that hole." Alex
real hard.
Williams says there's a car fire slowing traffic on 285 in Clarkston.
Yeah, it's a 285 northbound, the outer loop, right at the exit to the Indian Creek MARTA station, exit 42. DeKalb Fire Rescue on the scene. They've gotten the fire doused, but the right lane is blocked, so you're stacked up leaving I-20. Even before that, there's a stall in the second left lane, 285 northbound, the outer loop before I-20. So just really messing up the ride as you leave 675 trying to head up into the Clarkston area. When those flames were really going, it was causing bad 285 southbound inner loop onlooker delays, and that ride stays slow out of Doraville from Buford Highway down past Memorial Drive, exit number 41. How's the ride looking through downtown Atlanta, City Darden?
It's really still rough through Midtown. 75 southbound, those brake lights come on before you hit exit 252 to Northside Drive. Elsewhere, I-85, again, those brake lights are pretty strong as soon as you merge on from Georgia 400. From there, a rough ride through the connector southbound past 17th Street and 10th Street, exit 250 until you get to the top of the Grady Curve. This report is sponsored by Sam's Club. Are you ready for some locked-in summer value? Well, at Sam's Club till July 22nd, prices are held on over 1,000 items, including summer must-haves like ice cream. You can sign up for a membership at joinsamsclub.com/join. That's samsclub.com/join. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
When news breaks in Georgia.
One measure bars transgender athletes from playing on teams that don't match their biological sex.
Across the U.S.
The Senate has just approved President Trump's huge spending bill.
And around the world.
We are potentially weeks away from the war ending, not days.
We've got it covered.
Taxpayers will also see a benefit with an additional state income tax cut going into effect.
The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office estimates the bill would increase the deficit by $3.3 trillion over the next decade.
Hamas still holds more than 50 hostages.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
You've been needing a new roof to battle the elements. If you replace your roof this month, you'll be helping battle childhood cancer too. Hi, it's Dave Baker, host of the Home Fix It Show for my friends at Finley Roofing. The roof guys. The only thing they like better than protecting your home from the elements is giving back to the community. And once again, Findlay Roofing is proud to support the WSB Care-a-thon, benefiting the Aflac Cancer and Blood Disorder Center of Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. Findlay will donate $100 from every roof replacement sold between now and July 25th. Findlay guarantees a donation of at least $10,000. With Findlay, manners matter. They treat your home like it's their own, but they don't stop there. They treat the entire community like family. When children are battling cancer, Findlay is there because we all live under one roof. The community. Get started now. Schedule your free roof analysis at FindlayRoofing.com.
School's out, so traffic is down, but your guard should still be up. Smile and Mark McKay for John Foy & Associates, the strong arm. Summer road trips, running errands, and teen drivers could lead to more wrecks. Been hit and hurt? Call the strong arm. Zero cost until they win. JohnFoy.com.
Well, I bet it is safe to say you are sick and tired of home services companies that don't show up on time, don't get it right, ghost you then when you need them later. Hey, it's Chris Chandler. I don't have to worry about any of that because I only trust TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. TE Certified is a well-oiled machine with the highest level of communication and follow-up. They're on time, friendly, and fully stocked.
TE Certified, we love your home.
Eggland's Best, the only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition, available in so many delicious varieties. Classic, cage-free, organic, free-range, and pasture-raised. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
I just found out what a golden sombrero is, and it's not racist and
Or sexual.
It's not sexual. It's Jared Yamamoto. Do you know what? Hold on, Greg. Do you know what golden sombrero is?
No.
It turns out it's when you strike out 4 times in a game. And Yamamoto says, who was it had a golden sombrero last
Acuna
night?
had one
Acuna
last
had
night.
a golden sombrero. I'm like, what in the world? That sounds like it's got to be racist or something. But actually, it comes from hat trick, which is striking out 3. Hat trick could be 3 of anything, but striking out 3 times in a game. And then so if you go 4 times, that's just considered a bigger hat. So sombrero.
What if you do 5 times? Is it the Abe Lincoln?
It's a platinum sombrero.
Yeah,
I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, it's
5
platinum.
times is a platinum sombrero and 6 times is a horn.
Yeah, or called titanium. Also, the
Or
platinum sombrero, because that's 5 times. That's also known as the Olympic rings. You learn new stuff.
You strike out 6 times,
So,
coach is pulling you out.
Apparently, this has been baseball slang since the late 70s. Tim Andrews, he's a big baseball guy. He says he's never heard of it. I never heard of it. Greg Russ, never heard of it?
Nope.
Well, now you know.
And I like baseball. Not as much as I love banana ball, but
I don't. What's banana ball?
Oh, banana ball. I want to see that. Savannah Banana.
Oh, I'm tired of them. I've never seen them. I'm tired of them. I've had it up to here with the stories about they're wacky.
The man in the yellow suit.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
One guy died. They had like an old guy. He was like the oldest pitcher in the world or something.
He died in a mound?
I think he died on the field. Look it up, George Clark. I don't know if this was recent
When did
or
this happen?
it was one of their novelty things. He was
Eric's
like a
just
guy.
spreading disinformation.
That's my job.
I do feel bad.
That's my job.
I do feel bad for the party animals because they always lose to the Savannah Bananas.
Yeah, they're just 1 or 2 players away.
Keeps people interested in the sport, though.
Does it?
He didn't die.
They sell out everything.
He had a heart attack or something, right?
Yeah, he collapsed while warming up in the bullpen.
Oh, he didn't even get in the game.
So the idea is I think he played some level of pro ball at some point, and he's like 90 something or
He was
whatever.
70. He was
Well,
75.
Okay, you know what I'm saying.
He is
Old.
70.
He died on the field. He was 107.
Hey, you know more. You guys didn't even know that this even happened.
Yeah, that's true.
As a big Bananas fan, I'm surprised I didn't know this lore.
When did this happen? Years ago?
This
or?
happened in 2022. So this was
Okay.
before the league of 4 teams got huge.
I want to see the Savannah Bananas. I want to see them just so I can knock that guy on stilts over. So
He's
knock
the
him
world's
over.
tallest
Does he steal base?
Huh?
Does he steal a base with those stilts?
He's a pitcher.
He's a
He's
pitcher.
the world's tallest pitcher. He does bat with the stilts too. But
Yeah, I'd just like to knock him over. Just say, hey, I don't find you cute.
I don't think he could. I think he's got such balance on those things.
Wait, they don't have the designated hitter in that league?
I would. I'd invite him in to paint a ceiling, but watch him pitch. What do we?
You were
watching?
complaining.
These are real
You-
cartoons. What?
Huh?
I had to mute because this buzzer's going off. You hear my doorbell?
Oh, yeah, because you're in New York City. It's like Seinfeld. It's exciting for the rest of us. We can live through you.
Come on up. Do you remember being a kid and they had that fast pitch softball team that would go around to small towns?
Yeah, well, softball. They were called like the Coors
Stars or something.
Weren't they the Coors Light All Stars or something like that?
Yeah, and they had this super fast pitch. That was novelty like. It was fun.
Yeah, I didn't go for that.
But it
either.
wasn't about the fans. It was about selling beer to the fans. This is about the fans. They come first. If you catch a foul ball, it's an out. So think about your favorite team, the Bananas, being up in the 9th inning, and there are 2 outs, and the guy at the plate fouls the ball, and it comes right to you. You can make the catch that wins the game for the team.
Or you could drop an easy catch and be beaten up in the parking lot.
Yeah, go party animals.
They're the Washington Generals for them?
Yeah.
So it's basically a Harlem Globetrotters thing, right?
Nah, but they're growing the league, so there's 4 teams. There's the Party Animals, the Bananas, the Fire.
But the Bananas always win?
And the Tailgaters. That should be Jared's team, the Tailgaters. I love Tailgaters.
Oh, yeah. You nailed it for me. I know as a kid. When I was a kid, I wanted to. I'm sorry. That's so sad. When I was a kid, I always wanted to go see the Harlem Globetrotters. My parents never took me. Now, as an adult, I look back and think, how could that not be boring after like 15 minutes? After they do all the things, and then like you're just watching this crappy basketball game. It's like going to an NBA regular season game these days. This is why I don't do it. Alex Williams is watching the car fire cleanup on 285 in DeKalb.
Yep, still holding that right lane, but the flames are out. 285 northbound, the outer loop at the Indian Creek MARTA station. Even before you get there, you got to stall in the second left lane. 285 northbound, the outer loop, I-20, exit number 46. So just a rough ride, leaving 675, trying to make the ride up into Clarkson with east and southbound delays still in place. Out of Doorville, down to Highway 78, the Stone Mountain Freeway. How is I-20 over there on the east side in DeKalb, Sydney Darden?
Well, it's looking a lot better after that crash involving that tractor trailer. 20 westbound near exit 68 to Wesley Chapel Road was blocking one right lane. Now off to the shoulder. All lanes back open as you're making your way out of Stonecrest. However, you will still be encountering some stop and go delays as you're approaching that 285 perimeter. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage on any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Hey, Mark Aram here for my bug and critter company, Breda Pest Management. I can't tell you how much I love these folks. Protecting the Aram household inside and out, friendly customer service. They get the job done right, and it's guaranteed. Pests, not a problem at the Aram household anymore because Breda is better at beating bugs. Just ask my wife. And you know what? They do it right, protecting the outside and inside of your home. If your current company, by the way, claims to protect your home from pests, shouldn't that include your actual home and not just your yard? It's the bugs inside your house that you want gone. And inside your home is where your current company doesn't go anymore. So if your pest control company is doing less and charging more, you need Breda Pest Management to protect the outside and inside of your home. Breda, they handle bugs and critters.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
What's the biggest mistake you can make when selling your home? Settling for less money. That never happens with Orchard. Disappointing offers can wear you down, causing you to settle for thousands less. You don't have to settle when you sell with Orchard. Orchard reinvented the real estate industry by guaranteeing your home sale and helping you sell on the market for top dollar. First, Orchard gives you cash up front so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then once you're all settled in, your Orchard agent helps sell your home on market for top dollar. Here's what one Orchard customer said. I never could have sold without Orchard. I made way more than I expected, and it couldn't have been easier. With Orchard, you never have to settle for less. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Curious how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Better prices, better views. Window comfort, meant just for you. Window comfort.
Don't be fooled by the big box brands. Window Comfort's exclusive window line is custom built for Georgia weather, installed by in-house pros and guaranteed never to fog. With factory direct pricing, it's affordable for everyone. Go to windowcomfort.com for real quality that lasts.
Better prices, better views. Window comfort, meant just for you. Window Comfort.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's news and talk.
At 6:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Our top story, Sean Diddy Combs will remain behind bars until sentencing in his sex crimes case.
CBS News special report. Mixed reaction outside a New York courthouse just before Sean Diddy Combs was denied bail.
He definitely should do some time, in my opinion. I always felt like they had a lot of bogus charges against him.
He was convicted earlier today of 2 prostitution-related offenses, but was acquitted of sex trafficking and racketeering charges that could have put him behind bars for life. Former federal prosecutor Faith Gay.
In terms of risk of flight, traditionally judges are very careful with wealthy defendants, and that with a person like Combs who could go anywhere in the world, who has the resources to do that, he might go.
A sentencing date has been set for October 3rd, and CBS's Jerika Duncan tells us he will get 10 months credit for time served.
If a judge sentences him to 50 months behind bars, he's really going to be serving 40 from that moment moving forward because of the 10 months that he's already served.
CBS News special report. I'm Stacey Lynn.
90 degrees in Atlanta, sunny with less humidity as we get a break from the storms, but will it be a dry holiday weekend? Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards is coming up. A 3-year-old boy dies after accidentally shooting himself at a home in East Point. Neighbor Marquita Hillman says she heard a frantic woman outside screaming and crying.
Some more adults came out, another small child, and they brought the young boy out and put him in the ambulance.
Police say they responded to a home on Hawthorne Street where they found the boy unconscious with a single gunshot wound. The gun was next to the boy. 2 women are awarded more than $13 million after they were sexually assaulted at a Metro Atlanta massage spa.
The DeKalb County jury included $4 million in punitive damages against Ponce Feet Spa and its owner, who knowingly hired an untrained, unlicensed masseur.
This was not a massage, but this was now an attempt to molest.
Attorney Mowley Davis says the second sexual groping victim was on the table hours after the first one.
She had booked her massage with him, even though she knew he had a complaint about inappropriately touching of a woman the night before.
Davis says the women were empowered by testifying and feel affirmed with the verdict. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
Brian Koberger pleads guilty to murdering 4 University of Idaho students in 2022.
Have you had enough time to decide whether or not to plead guilty?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Given your choices, do you believe it's in your best interest to plead guilty?
Yes.
By accepting the plea deal, it takes the death penalty off the table. Koberger is expected to serve a life sentence without the possibility of parole. A 22-year-old man from Stockbridge drowns while swimming near West Point Dam in Troup County. Deputies responded to a swimmer in distress last night. The body was recovered a few hours later. The victim identified as Lorenzo Collins. The Troup County Sheriff's Office says this appears to be a tragic swimming accident. A Lilburn man is arrested for felony burglary. Gwinnett police say 23-year-old Juan Carlos Avalos was pictured going into a mailroom at the Darnell apartment complex in Norcross and taking packages. He also went into a fitness center and attempted to steal a television. He's charged with 3 felony counts of entering an auto with intent to commit theft and 1 felony count of burglary in the 2nd degree. Concerning new numbers on measles cases in the U.S., WSB health reporter Sabrina Cupid says we are very close to a record high.
The Atlanta-based CDC saying that we have 1,267 confirmed cases of measles now in the United States. That is just 7 cases shy of the total we had in 2019. Now, this means we are near a new record since measles was declared eliminated 25 years ago. A majority of the cases, 92%, are in those who are unvaccinated. So far, there have been 3 confirmed deaths this year.
It is now 6:34, and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic begins now with Alex Williams.
Still watching this car fire cleanup over on the east side perimeter, Bill. It's 285 northbound, the outer loop, right at the exit to the Indian Creek MARTA station, exit 42. They're blocking the right lane, slowing the ride back to I-20. And right before you hit that slow zone, it's going to be where there's a stall in the second left lane, 285 northbound, the outer loop before I-20, exit number 46, so slow there. And still watching the delays into downtown. 85 southbound slows at the 400 merge. You stay on and off the brakes down to I-20. Don't forget, Peachtree Road already shut down in Buckhead for the Peachtree Road race between Lenox Road and Lenox Parkway. Any improvement on I-85 toward Gwinnett County, Sydney Darden?
Yeah, a little bit of improvement on those delays. 85 northbound, still a little jammed up around Spaghetti Junction, but the good news is just some light brake tapping that seems to break apart once you get past exit 101 to Indian Trail Road. A nice, easy ride from there to get to that 85-316 split. I do want to remind everyone we still have that volume at 85 northbound near Sugarloaf Parkway, but not nearly as much as we've seen, so you will not have as many delays as you make your way towards Swanee. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Fair skies and pleasant this evening. Sunset around 9 o'clock. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s to low 80s at that time, cooling to the upper 60s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, mostly sunny with lower humidity, high near 90. Friday, mostly sunny, morning low 70, afternoon high 91. Saturday and Sunday staying dry with morning lows in the low 70s, daytime highs in the low 90s.
88 now in Noonan. It's 90 in Midtown Atlanta and 85 in Dunwoody. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Summer's a time to feel and look your best, but I'm not talking about your abs or your tan. Hey guys, it's Mark Aram here. I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning during Advanced Hair's once yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair Simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. There's absolutely no one in hair restoration I trust more than Advanced Hair. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar. Advanced Hair Summer Sales Event on for a limited time, so get the details and schedule your free consultation today. 470-660-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results. With Advanced Hair, your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and take advantage of their best offer ever. That's 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com. 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Hi, I'm Trisha, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where we're all about you, your style, your budget, your dream engagement ring. Are you looking for a style that's classic, modern, vintage, or something in between? Not sure? At Shane Company, we're here to help. We have so much style under one roof because a friend knows you like options. Drop by or visit us at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Summer is here, so if you're thinking about selling your home, now is the time. With Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer, you can sell your home quickly and for maximum value. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
It's all those little racist white girls.
Eric, we're on the air.
Oh. We were talking about WNBA expansion.
Oh. I know that. Tim has really been raving about this.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, you hear? I'm like,
every time
yeah.
I see these little girls with their Caitlin Clark jerseys, I just think to myself, racist. Hey,
the
Greg,
players hate her.
Well,
I guess the players can vote for the All-Star game in the WNBA.
They ranked her 9th.
Yeah.
Is she 9th? Is she?
Well, she has been hurt this year, I guess. I think.
Yeah,
she
she's
hasn't
having
played
a good
as much.
season. She was one of the captains for the WNBA All-Star game.
Yeah, did she pick Angel Reese as a captain?
That's a good question. I don't know if she picked her on her team or not. The other captain was another woman. I'm not sure who she was.
Oh,
it wasn't Angel though.
It was a woman?
Yes.
George. Well, it really went without saying, Jared. It's a woman. It is the WNBA. Well, as long as we have these little 8-year-old racist white girls, this just isn't going to end.
Cleveland, Detroit, and Philadelphia today both are going to get all
Both
three.
or all three?
All three are going to get a team by 2030 in the WNBA. That's the news
Exciting.
today.
How many teams will that be?
It'll
Too
be
many.
18 total teams.
Oh, what are you, just being a man responding? You don't think the women ought to be able to have their own league? Is that it, Tim
Yep.
Andrews? Is
Yep.
that, you just don't like them?
Yep.
I just don't know what the league wants. For so many years, they said, people are nasty about women. They don't want to watch us play. We can't sell at arenas. Now they do with Caitlin Clark and they hate her.
Yeah, well, I think the other players are being rather silly because what they don't like is that she's kind of just, she's only been in the league for a moment and she's making all the money with the advertising way more than anybody else. But what I would say is you're probably making more money with advertising as well. It may not be what Caitlin is making, but because of the spotlight that she's bringing, I'm sure Angel Reese. Would Angel Reese be somebody that's in my brain if not for Caitlin Clark and the
Probably
the
not.
back and forth.
So
So
she had a special McDonald's meal at
Yeah.
some point, the Angel Reese special.
That's a
lot of money.
yeah, so people, it is one of those things where I get where they're coming from. Well, she hasn't paid her dues, basically, but you're in a league that needs eyeballs, and she's bringing eyeballs. And even though you're not going to get her money, you're probably going to get more money than you would have if she had not brought more eyeballs. But the question is, it's like Major League Soccer. Like if you look at their attendance is down because they're behind paywalls and stuff. They're kind of going in the wrong direction, but they got a lot of money, I think, from Apple or somebody.
Yeah, Apple ruined it, my
So,
opinion.
so Messi is out there, Lionel Messi. So you can look at all these places where the game before Messi showed up to play is like 16,000. Then the team plays Miami and Messi's there, and the attendance is 60,000. And then the next game, 16,000.
Yeah, on
So-
Sunday, Messi was playing PSG, the team that won the European League,
Right.
and there were 65,000 people there. And even though PSG's had an incredible season, arguably the best club in the entire world, people were chanting Messi,
Yeah.
Messi, and it was down
So
4-0,
my
and
question-
still chanting
my
Messi, Messi.
My question about WNBA and their how they're doing as far as attendance and ratings, is it like that? Is Caitlin Clark the Messi of the do you sell out when the Fever come to town, but then you go back down to kind of like what it was before Caitlin Clark
That's
came
absolutely
along?
what's happening with the WNBA.
Well, it's just at least you have one superstar. You have one. You add a couple more, and maybe they can do more. I haven't watched the WNBA game. I know people who tell me, for people like myself, who don't like what the NBA has become, just this 3-point, shooter fest every night. So I know some people like, you ought to watch the WNBA, man. It's like old basketball, but it's like old basketball where you hardly ever, ever, ever see a dunk, right?
Still see fights.
It does happen. I don't look for fights.
It's entertaining.
This is why I've never been a hockey fan.
That's part of the game, actually.
Well, that's
in
the
hockey.
problem for me. I'm because if there's ever a moment where the refs are supposed to skate slowly and let it happen, that means the refs are never legitimate in my mind. There's not a game that is more violent outside of UFC. There's not a game with teams anyway that's more violent than the NFL, and you almost never see fights. You want to know why? The league doesn't want it. Go ahead, punch that guy. Now you've lost 3 game checks. So a league, and I've never been a hockey fan because you got to remove something that most of your fans love to get me. So I wouldn't do that.
Right.
I'm not going to take your refs seriously if for 1/4 of a second within a game they're supposed to react slowly to something so the crowd can be entertained. I'm glad it's working for you. By the way, you're not growing.
Well, they wear gloves.
Huh?
You've never seen blood bounce on the ice. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, well,
it freezes.
Yeah, well, that's I have seen blood. I've been to my fair share of hockey games, and I think hockey is a pretty interesting sport to see live, not on TV, but live. It's a pretty interesting sport. But inevitably, when I've been at hockey games, I start looking around the crowd, and I feel like I'm in a wrestling, like a WWE thing, which is fine, but that's 2 different things. If I go to WWE, it's just pure. It's all about the E. It's the entertainment. And okay, it's a game, and everybody's playing a game, the narrative, and all of that stuff. If I put you in a different thing, like, oh no, this is a true sport, then I want the E to come out of the sport and only the sport. That's what happens in the NFL. Every once in a while, Antonio Brown will take his clothes off and run off the field, but that doesn't happen very often.
In the old days of hockey, guys were missing teeth and they had bruises all over their faces.
And there's another reason I didn't want to watch.
They still got it. They still miss teeth. It's
They
a
do.
badge of honor.
So-
Ovechkin still's missing.
So in conclusion,
How we started there is I don't take how many fights there are in a game as part of why I go to see a game.
in conclusion, the WNBA needs fighting. Got it, right?
No, because I don't like to see women fight. I'm sorry. I'm considered a misogynist because I don't like to watch UFC where women beat each other up. How does it come to that? I'm the misogynist because I don't want to watch women get beat up. How did we get here? How did that happen?
You're not alone in that. That's why I don't watch it. It looks ridiculous to see a woman at the end of a fight with her face all puffed up and
just-
bloody.
I
They're
don't-
beating on each other.
My youngest and his best friend, they love the UFC. They watch it. I find it to be just. I wouldn't
brutal.
listen. Don't get me wrong. If I was king of America, I would not even contemplate passing a law. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about taking something away from some. I'm just talking about my personal taste. My youngest and his friend, they were watching one a couple of years ago. This lady, I mean, this one, she was down, right? And she kept punching her in the face. And every time she punched her head would bounce off the canvas.
Ooh.
And they just kept on going and going and going. And I'm thinking, it's like, you don't get a do-over on this. The whole brain thing. You don't get a do-over on this. And like the ref just let it just go, cha-bow, cha-bow. And then when you're watching it, it's like, well, she's hanging in there because she was fighting somebody who was really good and known to be really great. And it's like, well, she's hanging in there, so maybe it's worth it. I became convinced, like, okay, she's hanging in there. Maybe she'll win on points. This woman got her brain battered for however many rounds that they have. And then at the end, when they showed the cards, she was never close. She was never within striking distance of winning this fight.
I thought the refs were supposed to stop it if someone was on the ground and defenseless. And
she wasn't necessarily defenseless. This woman was fighting back. That's the thing, is she had like this thing where she was just going to keep on fighting, and the crowd really loved it. And if it looked like, I mean, maybe it would have been worth it if she possibly could have won this match. But once they revealed the judging, it was obvious that she was never going to win the match. And so I guess they didn't call it because she was so tough. Like she kept getting up and going and going. It's insane.
No, it's ruined cauliflower for me.
Yeah,
all those ears.
Yeah, you don't want to now. Actually,
when I eat cauliflower, I always think of the ears of the fighters.
Did people really have cauliflower ear back then? I guess they did.
Yeah, it was horrible looking.
Yeah.
You still get it if you get hit in the ear enough.
Yeah, there's just enough rubbing that it. What I don't even know. Was it scar tissue? How does it swell up and never go back down?
It messes up your cartilage and it moves around.
Ugh.
I mean, I know that people who love UFC, they hate when I talk about it. It's just my opinion. I just don't have. It's not compelling to me because it's just street fighting. I mean, to me, that's just the lowest form, brutal form of what humans do, and to raise it up to this level. And then they're always like these weird, like libertarian.
They love Trump.
That part of it is entertaining. Alex Williams is seeing the ride cleanup through downtown.
Yeah, we're slowly getting there, Eric. Still seeing the brake lights on 85 South from 400, as well as the Beaver Spring connector from Sidney Marcus trying to make your way into Midtown. Once you get down toward North Avenue, though, it's looking much better for the ride down to I-20. Northbound sluggish from University Avenue to Freedom Parkway. Don't forget, closure already in place, at least part of it, for the Peachtree Road race on Friday. They've already shut down Peachtree Road near Lenox Mall between Lenox Road and Lenox Parkway, so just plan your alternate routes accordingly. They'll shut down the rest of Peachtree all the way down toward Piedmont Park the morning of the 4th of July. We've also been keeping an eye on some trouble spots on 285 into Cobb County, Sydney Darden.
Yeah, and one of them just cleared up. I-285 northbound on the outer loop near exit 46 to I-20. A stalled vehicle. Looks like he was able to get it off to the side all by himself. So all lanes back open as you're making your way up towards Spaghetti Junction, but you will encounter some more delays. 285 northbound near Memorial Drive, exit 41. A vehicle fire that's been there for the last several minutes. They got the flames out, but that fire truck is still blocking the right lane as you make your way towards Spaghetti Junction. This report is sponsored by Sam's Club. Ready for some locked-in summer value at Sam's Club till July 22nd. Prices are being held on 1,000 items, including summer must-haves like ice cream. Sign up for a membership and join at samsclub.com/join. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Is your summer vacation going to be a week at the beach or a week in the backyard standing in the kiddie pool?
If you listen to 95.5 WSB, that week at the beach could be yours. It's $1,000 Thursdays on WSB.
Your chance to win $1,000 every hour between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Thursdays.
Listen for the keyword. Enter the keyword at WSBradio.com or on the WSB app within that hour.
Get all the info at WSBradio.com.
$1,000 Thursdays tomorrow.
From 95.5 WSB.
Where Atlanta wins.
Trust is not just a word, it's an experience. When your home needs service, you can trust TE certified electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling. Hey, it's Chris Chandler. TE is the company I trust to fix any problem once and for all. Their 5-star customer experience means easy online scheduling, friendly technicians, and a lifetime workmanship warranty, so I can just sit back and relax.
TE certified.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about, your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are two very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call 404-390-4000. That's 404-390-4000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
What we love about our ability to help patients at QC Kinetics is seeing their pure delight at finally being able to do the things they enjoy without pain.
I had a patient start treatment with me. He wanted to be able to be active again and do some of his sports that he really enjoyed.
Dr. Ashley Caravelli, a medical director for QC Kinetics, treats patients with chronic joint pain using their body's own biologics. The goal? Get them back to living their best lives without surgery or harmful drugs.
He came back and he goes, what I wasn't expecting was the ability to play on the floor with my grandchildren. Even just saying it now, I have goosebumps because it's changing those small moments that you take for granted.
Don't let joint pain rob you of those moments. See if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics regenerative treatments.
It just warms my heart to be able to help people live the life they want to live and get those small moments back.
Call QC Kinetics, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026. 770-285-8026.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
All right, Greg Russ. Got one last story from Studio B1, or would it be the first? I don't even. We've had such a grand conversation. So compelling.
I mentioned that in the coming weeks, Earth could have a very short day.
Yes, the shortest of all time.
3 milliseconds shorter than the normal day.
And this scientist, so-called, is...
Yeah, well, I think he's a real scientist. Graham Jones, astrophysicist at the University of London.
Okay, I'll give it to him. I haven't checked his background. But he says it's going to be the shortest day in history.
Yeah, recorded history. There could have been days in the past.
Well, who
cares?
Like, what is
speeding up? Nobody knows why.
Is there anything bad about it speeding up? It's not really
the calendar
speeding
would be wrong, right?
Well, sure. At 1.3 seconds per day, milliseconds per day, how long would it take for that to be something you noticed? We already have a leap year every 4 years to keep us in.
Every 350 years, we have to have another leap day.
We'd have 2 leap days.
It would be something pretty ridiculous. But yes, apparently,
is there danger? Is he saying there's danger? Well,
there's no danger.
Climate change
naturally, but the danger is it could screw with GPS and satellites and things like that.
We'll be 1.3 milli whatever's off from our destination.
Yeah. So as far as we go. Just being on an Earth that's
what if it goes so
much
fast?
Faster.
Is there any chance that some of us could be thrown off the planet?
I mean, that is a big jump in speed. 3 milliseconds.
I mean, I realize that these things do matter in increments, but I mean, in reality, like.
But they always happen. It's always happening, and throughout history, most people didn't ever know. But with the atomic clock, you know that it's happening.
Yeah.
And
too much information.
Yeah.
Going through my brain.
Why do they call it the atomic clock? Is it run off a nuclear battery?
It's actually the atoms are it's just a nuclear thing. There's radioactivity and there's half-life. Is that how it works?
Grok.
I think so. AI is like this.
Do
show
we
is
know
all
anything?
AI now.
Do we know anything?
Whole show.
Why do you have to ask these unanswerable
It
questions?
says
at the end?
It measures time using the vibrations of atoms.
Yeah.
So you were sort of right.
Yeah, I was sort of right.
You were.
Let's
You said
end
it
that.
has atoms.
Yeah. Why does anybody listen to the show? I could not figure it out. Maybe. It doesn't matter. Laugh at me, with me. It doesn't matter. It's one big party. That music is telling us two things. Oh, hold on. I got a shill for Yamamoto. Don't forget.
This is for WSB and our dear
Yamamoto.
listeners
Yes.
here at WSB. I want to give you money.
Don't forget, tomorrow is $1,000 Thursday. So we'll have many chances for you to
Starting at
win
8
$1,000.
o'clock all the way to 4 o'clock tomorrow.
There you go. The music's telling us to shut the hell up, get the hell out. We're going to do what we're told, as we always do. Look who's back from Jamaica. And still, I think, just slightly high. I think he's ready to go. Shelley Winter's up next. Got a great radio show for you. We'll be back tomorrow for the last one this week before we celebrate the
Amazing best of, though, on the 4th, man. This thing's going to be fire.
Really?
Oh, it's fire.
Let's just do a bunch of those, and I'll just take a month off. As long as they're fire.
I'll get AI to build them.
Well, we'll be here for one more tomorrow, starting at 3 p.m. You're all invited to join us. But until then, continue on your journey. Don't.